Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS. Then what you want to say to 82945. Listen online, the website that rocks, KMOD.com. Past shows are available on iTunes. Search under BMMS. Listen with your cell phone. Get the iHeartRadio app. Available from the App Store of your cell phone provider. More on that at iHeartRadio.com. And we're on Facebook. Facebook.com/BMMS69. That's where you can hang out with us each and every day. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Corbin.
Good morning, Gimpy.
Well, good morning.
Our 50th anniversary concert is happening at the BOK Center in April. Tickets are available appropriately at the BOK Center box office or BOKcenter.com. 50 years is your rock station. Shine down in 3 days, Grace, and I got a pair of tickets for you. We're going to see what Gimpy wants to talk about.
Hooray.
We've got Conspiracy Theory Thursday, and we've got top lists.
Hooray!
For Gimpy and I, it's man crushes. And for Lindsay, it's girl crushes. So we'll get to that coming up very soon. We moved into this building, the studio facility, from our old one that they'd been at for a while. 5 years ago?
6, maybe even 7 years ago.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because I was with the See You Next Tuesday for 4 years.
Which one?
The one that I just recently broke up with. And then I was with my wife for, I think it was like a year, maybe 2 years before.
Okay.
While we were here.
Okay.
Okay.
Good timeline there.
Yeah.
Something just happened. Seconds before we came on the air.
Fun.
That hadn't happened here.
Uh-huh.
It had happened at the other building.
Okay.
So for those who don't know, I sit at the studio, at the board, the control board, the bridge, if you will. 4 monitors in front of me, and then I have a 5th monitor over to the left where we turn on Facebook. Mm-hmm. And there's 2 more monitors. Anyway, so I go to turn it on. I get it set up when I first get here, and then right before we come on, I turn it on. I'm supposed to. And so I went to turn it on, and as I leaned over to turn it on, a cockroach rolled across the table, the counter.
That's funny.
Yeah. What do you?
Did you kill it?
No. Why? Why'd you just pucker your lips like you were mad at me?
Because now there's a live cockroach in here somewhere.
Here's the thing.
You're saying like it's a horrible thing.
It is.
Well, okay. First of all, there's never one.
Right.
So to kill one is a waste of your energy and time. Right? To kill one is a waste of time.
I like how she's all got the heebie-jeebies. It's a cockroach. They're not poisonous. They won't bite you.
No.
There is literally nothing wrong with them at all whatsoever. Except
they carry germs and bacteria.
They multiply and they will infest and take over your house. Carry germs and bacteria. Everything carries germs and bacteria. Are you going to get the Black Plague from a cockroach? Probably not. Will you get sick? Probably not. You can literally eat one and you'll be just fine.
Well, you can eat feces and be just fine. I mean,
no. You will get deathly ill if you're eating the poop.
Okay, then Bear Grylls, when he squeezes the moisture out of one, must have some weird thing. But point being is, yes, they are dirty. There's dirt associated with them.
There's
Gimpy's
a
point.
stigma
Hold on.
taken with it.
Gimpy's point being that dirt won't kill you, and not necessarily. And so, I'm just not going to waste energy killing one cockroach.
Right.
I'm just not. Now, will I pay a service to have them exterminate? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But one just scurrying across where I keep my headphones and my backpack and my snacks.
That's what was going for. Your snacky cakes is what it was.
I mean, they're sealed, so I'm not worried about it. As someone who's a clean freak,
Yeah.
I don't like cockroaches. I don't like bugs. But I also am like, well, I know they exist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's that old saying? If it's cold outside, they're cold. If you're cold, they're cold. Let them in.
I've never heard that.
Yeah. Oh, you see it all the time with dogs and cats and stuff,
Yeah, that's what they're referring
if
to.
you're cold, they're cold. Let them in. Well, I mean, that includes all of God's creatures. All right. Cockroaches included.
Oh, here we go. Cockroaches are the cleanest insects on the planet.
Ooh.
That's how we kill them. they get poison on their body and they clean themselves constantly. Maybe that's true. I have no idea. I'm led to believe dirt and cockroaches go hand in hand.
You believe that because you see trashy people, quote unquote, dirty people who don't keep a clean house or whatever, usually have cockroach infested houses. Because why? Because they're leaving dirt garbage everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's what the roaches are feeding off of, the dead rotten.
They're scavengers, yeah.
Exactly. So I could see, this is one of your phrases, man, causation isn't correlation or whatever the hell it is. Just because... Laugh all you want. I don't give a damn.
No, I'm just laughing at the statement of this is one of yours and then vaguely hitting it. But yeah,
that's what we base this show off of, man. Vaguely hitting it. But the fact of it is it's they can happen anywhere to anybody. You could be the cleanest person in the world. I guarantee you, everybody's house has a bug in it somewhere.
Sure.
They're just hiding. They're living under the cabinets. They're living under the house, either in a crawl space or in the foundation, or they're in the attic. And it's not just roaches, it's spiders, and it's all this stuff. It blows me away. They're like, roaches get such a bad rap, man. They're just trying to live like the rest of us. Just trying to live like the rest of us, man.
No, not living like humans.
You're right. They don't get up and they don't go to work and they don't do 4 hours of
The Last of Us and all that.
Yeah.
They're not living like.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, but I agree. There are bugs everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
There are bugs everywhere. I just don't want cockroaches crawling on me. I don't want spiders crawling on me.
Right.
I don't want flies in my house.
Mm-mm.
Right.
I will go to extreme lengths, ridiculous. I will put poison throughout my home. I will spray poison in the air. I will spray poison on the walls.
Yes.
To keep bugs at bay.
Is it because they're just a pest and you don't want to deal with them? I mean, what's the reasoning behind it?
They're gross.
How are they gross?
Well, let's just start with flies and that they vomit on their food before they eat it.
Okay. That's how they live. That's what they do. That's how they were intended to live their lives. Okay.
And I choose not to. So therefore, they have to stay at bay.
Here's the thing, man. The amount of fly vomit you're getting on your drink glass, the rim, or the food, or even if it lands right on your face, is not enough to make a difference. It's not like I'm going up to your plate of pizza and going, barfing all over it and then walking off.
Yeah, your nihilist attitude sometimes is just appalling to me. But the idea of like a bug spread disease all the time. Bugs spread disease all the time. It's a well-known thing through history.
Okay. If whatever they get it from is already diseased. Let's take the Black Plague, for example. Black Plague wouldn't have gone anywhere if it wasn't for a flea that bit a rat that was derp plagued, and then it spread to everybody else. So diseases don't come from the insects themselves.
I said spread.
Yeah, but I could spread it to you just as easily as the
but you're not landing on me and not knowing or vomiting on my food or things like that.
You're right, because I'm a human being. But if I was a fly or a roach or an insect or something to that effect, that would just be how God created me.
Right. But that's what I'm saying is that I just don't want that. So I'm going to deter and keep that at bay as much as I can.
I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? That may be true what you're saying, but I don't want that on me. So I'm going to do all I can.
So gross. Oh, bugs and dirt and germs.
I mean, I get you're saying it like that to make me look like a pussy, but the idea is that I want to live as long as possible.
Yeah, I think.
Long ago, when people didn't do those kind of things, people's life expectancy was much shorter.
I don't know about all that.
Oh, you just look at history and that you'll know that that's true.
I don't think it was the cockroaches and the flies that did it. I'm thinking it's more of the poisonous snakes and spiders and.
But that's what they do.
But
that's what they do. They're just living their best life.
Absolutely.
When they're cold outside, let them in.
That's right.
I'm getting ready to do this remodel thing in my house, and I'm gonna, when I tear out the walls, I'm putting boric acid in between the walls.
Yeah.
Smart.
Because that's the time to do it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And if there's ants or anything,
whatever,
take care of it.
And I've done my part.
Yeah.
I will gladly pay to always have my garbage sewage taken away from my home and I will gladly always pay to have bugs exterminated from my life.
Well,
I'm just a happier person.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just a happier person when I don't have
Is that
cockroaches crawling all over my work bag.
Yeah, nothing makes me angrier when I'm cleaning house and I will see an ant or ants crawling, maybe in the windowsill or on the floor somewhere, because I know that means either the kids were eating in the living room and they got crumbs somewhere, so those ants are there, or there's somewhere they're getting in through the window panes in the kitchen, and it just drives me nuts. I can't stand ants.
So this just says in a very deep research I just did, Gimpy, in 0.8 seconds. According to the United States Environmental Protection Agency, I was waiting for her to laugh. Cockroaches carry bacteria that, if deposited on food, can cause salmonella, staphylococcus, and streptococcus.
Yes, and so can uncooked chicken. So can lizards. Iguanas carry a trace of salmonella.
Yeah, but I don't have those in my life. And as far as cooking chicken, it is I'm aware I'm cooking chicken and can do and stop it, right?
I was just saying
as opposed to a cockroach.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's on my food or not. So what are you doing that for?
I'm listening. I'm agreeing. I'm just waiting for you to hurry up and finish so I can tell you for a second that those diseases that you just mentioned you can get from anywhere. It's not just cockroaches.
True,
it's
but
not
if you
just
could
insects, it's not just pests.
True.
You could get it from a door handle. You can get it from a handle at the gas station. You can get it from shaking hands with somebody. You can get it from being fisted from somebody because you don't want to shake their hand.
Again, I can wash my hands knowing that is out there. When a cockroach unknowingly
right. I get
gets on my stuff.
You're a cockroach hater, man. It's okay.
Totally.
You can hate all the America.
I'm a cockroachist.
Words. Yes.
For sure.
You're a roachist.
For sure I am.
It's okay.
Same.
You can have your opinion. I just don't think it's that bad. When people are like Lindsay crawling up on the goddamn counter saying, eek, it's not that bad. It's okay.
There's a little tiny one.
It's okay. Yeah, they're not going to hurt you any. They're not going to bite you. They're not going to poison you. They're not going to give you any
What about getting my
diseases.
ear?
Okay. Well,
yes, that creeps me out too.
It's not.
You
really
would notice it before it got in the ear unless you were sleeping.
Exactly.
It's not really a thing. Like the stories,
swallowing spiders or whatever.
Yes, it's not really a thing. Yeah, it's an urban legend.
When I was in elementary school, we had lots of class pets. We had a bunny, we had a boa constrictor, and we had one student to take care of all the pets. And if you wanted to be that person, you actually had to hold a cockroach in your hand. And I wanted to be the person to take care of all the pets. And what that meant was feeding them. And if there was a fire drill, you were in charge of making sure you got the pets out of the classroom. And so I did. I held a cockroach in my hand so I could take care of the class animals. And I did it. And it was fine. But still, they still freak me out. They still freak me out.
As a guy who has eaten a live hissing cockroach and still live to tell the story today, not a big deal.
Yeah, but if you jump off of a skyscraper, let's skydive. Since we've talked about the last couple. If you skydive 3 times and you don't die each time your parachute doesn't open, that hardly means it's not dangerous.
Yeah.
It's still dangerous.
Yeah, sure.
It's still very dangerous, right?
Yeah.
So just because it happened to you and nothing happened hardly means it's totally safe.
I don't know. I think if they sell them on a pizza at the state fair, I think you're good to go.
Crickets,
spiders, cockroaches, scorpions, all of them.
Right. No, you're right. They do all those things. I don't know how they're prepared. Are they sterilized? What's the process before it gets to there?
So what about all these indigenous tribes and all these other countries that have been living for millions of years that don't have the raid, that live with the roaches and the bugs and the insects and the snakes and the spiders? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They've been doing it for millions of years. They don't climb up on a counter and go, eek, a cockroach.
Well, I'm sure someone does in the group, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yes, even he gets shunned.
Even those people
instead of hunting and gathering, he's stuck here, weaving and making dresses for the rest of them.
I mean, I don't know why that would make you a less of a person, but the idea of that it's been around millions of years. There are things that they're afraid of that we are not.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Leopards.
So, I mean, I'm afraid of a leopard.
Giant animals that can eat them instantly. Yeah. And
And
fire-breathing dragons.
every group has the same amount of people. Not everybody that's an indigenous tribe is not afraid of, I don't even know the right term, but like early civilization problems.
Yeah.
They also, they were afraid of the weather.
Right. Yes. Thunder can be quite frightening.
But well, they weren't afraid of it, but it can do intense damage, right? They didn't know what it was. They thought the gods were punishing them.
Right.
So I would hardly look to those people as they had it figured out.
I looked at those people as in well, they've been doing it for a million years. They're still around and it's still working for them. So it's good enough for me. Because here's the deal. When all this crap civilization ends and we all fall to pieces because, I don't know, nuclear war, whatever the hell could possibly happen. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we're forced to live like that again. At least I know I'm not going to be up on a table going, eat a cockroach. I don't know. Don't eat me.
I mean, if the apocalypse happens, like you're implying, that will not be the concern. Cockroach will not be the thing I will be
right.
worried.
Well, you're going to have to, because them and Twinkies are the only things that are going to survive that event.
Not what I thought all this was going to go, much as how this works. But a pair of tickets to Shinedown for a 50th anniversary concert. Yep, it could be yours. We're going to see what Gimpy wants to talk about. We've got Conspiracy Theory Thursday, and we got our top list coming. We'll take a break, and we'll be back. Exactly.
Yep.
Got to think like a child. On the podcast, we mentioned one thing is added to a news story. It changes the dynamic of a story. It makes it way more intense. Regardless if it's a news story or a story your friend's telling you. One factor has to do with feces will change the dynamic of a story. I have found another one that changes the dynamic of a story.
Really? Non-poop related, huh?
Non-poop related.
All right, then.
So the headline, I'm leaving out the crazy part. I'm leaving out part of the crazy. 2 kids killed after a bus driver crashes into a daycare.
Oh, damn, that sucks.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
I've got the factor added to any story makes it more crazy.
Okay.
2 kids killed after totally naked bus driver crashes into daycare.
Totally naked, huh? That will change any story.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Man robbed McDonald's. Okay. Naked man robs McDonald's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it really paints a picture for sure.
Yeah. I woke up in the middle of the night. Somebody was pounding on the door to my house.
Oh, no.
Yes. It was freaky. I didn't know what to do. I woke up in the middle of the night. There was a naked man pounding on the door to my house.
Definitely different.
It lands different,
Yes.
doesn't it? My ex would get so crazy. She'd get drunk and she would run around screaming, right? Yelling at everybody.
Yeah.
My ex, she would get so drunk, she'd get naked and run around screaming.
Mm-hmm.
I had this
It's
friend in
different.
college, man. If he got a good test score, he would celebrate, man.
Yeah.
Get really drunk,
Oh, yeah.
right? Yell, scream, throw stuff out his dorm room window. Right? It's fine.
Yeah.
Seemingly, yeah.
I had this friend in college. If he did really good on a test score, he'd go celebrate, get real drunk, naked, run around, throw stuff out his window.
Yeah.
It literally does.
It does.
That and the other.
And feces.
Yeah.
You add feces to any headline, you go, oh, hey.
Mhm.
Naked here, you're like, yeah, man, get it together. In a courtroom, man pleads not guilty to murder.
Right.
Yeah. A naked man pleads not guilty to murder. You're like, why was he naked?
Yeah, how did he get naked in the courtroom? I mean, I guess you could have started off with your clothes on and they got naked, but I feel you would have been stopped about, I don't know. You get your shirt off. You get your shirt off, and that's when I feel the bailiff is going to be like, hey.
Yeah. 2 Florida paramedics suspended after pronouncing a live man dead. 2 West Central Florida paramedics. This happened on a Wednesday in Clearwater Fire and Rescue. They were placed on administrative duty. WTSP TV reported the incident first. The paramedics from Station 47 responded to a call about a 65-year-old man in cardiac arrest. This happened at his private residence, and they showed up. The responders pronounced the man dead shortly after their arrival. Clearwater Fire and Rescue said in a statement, they left the area once deputies from the sheriff's office arrived to investigate. And according to the news release, a deputy noticed the patient was breathing and requested medical crews to return to the scene. Then Largo fire rescue crews were called and reached the scene about 28 minutes later. And the man was then transmitted to a hospital where he's recovering, according to another TV outlet. Upon notification of the incident, the Clearwater fire and rescue team immediately removed both fire medics from their normal duties and discontinued their abilities to provide patient care in conjunction with the county's medical director. They said, on behalf of the city, I apologize for the actions.
No, they're real sorry.
and
My
the inactions of our crew during this incident. They said we have strict policies and procedures in place that were not followed. According to our preliminary review, these two did not perform to the standard of care that our citizens expect and deserve.
They have to say that. They can't say they did everything according to code.
Yeah,
Right.
They can't.
because they didn't.
Because then everyone's going to be put under scrutiny. They've got to put it on those two people.
Mhm.
But I can't imagine they showed up with, like, eating a Slim Jim and a big gulp going, yeah, he ain't moving. He looks dead. Maybe they didn't. But I'm assuming they showed up, followed the protocols. I don't know, put 2 fingers on the neck. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever those protocols are.
Mirror underneath the nose. He ain't breathing. He's got to be dead.
You're there. You call 911. Paramedics show up. And they just do 2 fingers under the throat, which is not a correct way to check to see if someone's alive, by the way. And they're like, yeah, they're dead. Do you, watching your loved one in this peril moment, who have called the people to save their life, go, yo, man,
Yeah.
do your job? Like, do you
You're
get
not
into it?
satisfied.
Well, of course not. But do you get into an aggressive confrontation over the
You assume that they're doing their job right.
I think so, right?
You would just be like, well, I guess Tom's dead. They said he's dead. I got to take your word for it.
Did they put the thing on the finger
Mhm.
and it didn't make any noise? And they were like, yeah, I put new batteries in it yesterday.
Right.
Right.
Well, my thing was, if they are an ambulance, and why weren't they taking the body themselves?
Ambulances don't take bodies.
Oh,
They transport to the hospital
okay. Why weren't they doing that then?
because they said it was dead.
It just all seems so weird. Like,
When a body's dead,
Yeah.
they don't take it to the hospital.
I beg to differ. They took my mom to the hospital.
Did they?
St. John's.
But were they trying to save her on the
No,
way?
she was already dead. She was dead. Dead.
The two experiences
Dead.
the two experiences that I have had with dead
Mhm.
people
Mhm.
who have died in the home,
Yeah.
the ambulance comes, they don't take the body.
Yeah, when my mom died, I got the calls. We was on 21st and they lived on 21st and shared anyhow. So I get to the house and the ambulance is backed up in the driveway and they got her on the gurney, putting her in the back of the ambulance, taking her to the hospital. She's already pronounced dead.
It feels like an extra trip to take them to the hospital.
I don't know.
well, that's where the morgue.
It's not at the hospital. The hospital has a morgue.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know how it works out.
Yeah.
They did the same thing with my dad too. My dad died at the house and they picked him up, took him to the hospital, and that's where we got to say our final goodbyes.
Yeah.
So,
and
mhm.
I don't know. It's like, do you check? Maybe they check the ID. It's like, are they a organ donor? Maybe that's why you take the body to the hospital. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how that works out.
And so, again, I'm not an EMT. So,
Mhm.
like, you're an EMT, they die, you go, all right, where's their wallet? I got to check their ID
Mhm.
to see if they're an organ donor. How does that work?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you let the people at the hospital deal with it. Like, we're just here to drop the body off. Y'all figure it out.
And is there a code? Like, they call in, like, do they do lights? Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. News quickies are stories you may have missed in the news. We cover them here and put a link on our Facebook page at facebook.com/BMMS69.
That's wrong.
Oh, thank you. They're the same color. That's why.
It's time for news quickies, world news, local news, and news that just makes you say, what the here's Corbin, Gimpy, and Lindsay with what's going on. News quickies from the Big 9 Morning Show on 97.5 KMOD.
Teen arrested after airdropping bomb threat during flight. A high school student from Pennsylvania was arrested. He sent a bomb threat on an American Airlines flight through Apple's airdrop technology, and his threat forced the plane to return to the gate for authorities to search the plane, as well as detaining the group of students during their planned humanitarian trip. So according to the Texas Department of Public Safety, the plane was taxiing in El Paso, heading to Chicago. Passengers received an Apple airdrop message reading, "I have a bomb. Would you like to share a photo?" Would like to share a photo. And Apple's airdrop technologies, I didn't know this, but you can wirelessly transfer the images. I didn't know you didn't need.
You didn't know what airdrop was?
I did know that, but
Hold
I didn't
on.
know that you didn't need Wi-Fi.
What? You didn't know what airdrop was?
I did. I know that you can just airdrop it without having to send it. Like I can connect to your phone or whatever as long as I have you in my contacts. But I thought you still had to use it on Wi-Fi.
No, there was a thing where like people were sharing nudes to like random people via airdrop.
Yeah.
Was that like last year or something like that?
On the airplane, yeah.
First thing I do when I get an iPhone or when I set up my kid's tablet is disable airdrop.
Okay.
Makes sense. So then he's just sharing random D pics with the kids. Yeah.
And then when I need to, like, let's say Lindsay, hey, share that picture with me, I would then allow her to, we would be able to airdrop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
When I need it is when I add it. I don't blanketly just let people drop D pics to me.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't need Wi-Fi to do it. You can just run it off of data, right?
Yeah.
No, like just it's the technology of the phone connecting to the other phone.
So the bomb squad searched the aircraft, the passengers, the luggage, everything.
They got to take it seriously.
Yeah. And so this juvenile is now locked up. I mean, he's under 18. It doesn't say his age.
So he could be 17.
Yeah, he could be. The flight to Chicago ended up getting there over 5 hours later than expected. This was a Catholic high school that the students were from, and they were participating in a humanitarian mission trip to the Texas border.
Were they?
Yeah, right.
One of them definitely wasn't.
Yeah. Maybe he just was not happy to be there.
You punish your kid? If that's your kid, do they get an additional punishment?
Yeah. What the hell were you thinking? I don't know. He's probably scared enough.
Yeah. So would you give him another punishment on top of whatever criminal situation he's facing?
Yeah, I would probably take his phone away for good. You're not
good.
Yeah, you're not
until
getting
you're
another
inconvenienced
phone
until you're inconvenienced with having to pick him up.
No, you're probably not getting a phone until you can pay for your own phone and you can get it on your own.
Gimpy?
Oh, absolutely. They do the same thing. One, you're taking all electronics away until I say so. All right. And then there's a good chance you're not going to be going anywhere, doing anything with any of your friends at all whatsoever. You're going to be doing a lot of work around the house. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Because you're going to get a ton of shame.
Mm-hmm.
Right? From being on the news and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
You're in criminal. You probably won't be able to fly ever again.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's serious.
I don't know if me asking you to move a pile of rocks is going to push the point home a little bit further.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. All kids are different. 7-foot penis is arrested for harassing women. This happens down in Rio as Carnival is going on. Apparently, there was a dude in one of those giant 7-foot inflatable penis costumes, testicles and everything. And he was chasing women around, harassing these women. And they finally got tired of it. And they called the military police. They come out, they arrest the guy, they take him in. Not the only jackhole who got busted this week at Carnival. Apparently, there were 2 other dudes that were loading a bus on their way to go to Carnival. And one of them was wearing a bit of a costume, made it look like he was an inmate, even had his own homemade ankle monitor on. And cops were like, something doesn't seem right here. They go and talk to these guys, ended up busting them for a little bit of weed and a little bit of cocaine. And they did admit that, hey, we were going to do some of the drugs, and then we were going to sell the rest when we got to Rio. Nonetheless, they never made it to Rio.
Will this person buy this penis costume off Wish?
Yeah, right.
The balls look nothing like balls.
They're huge, right?
The balls aren't. The penis, it's 7 feet tall, like you said.
Yeah.
But the balls look, no, they look like the nubs on a potato spud.
Right.
They look nothing like balls. Like they haven't dropped, maybe. I don't know.
At least he got the right color, for his skin tone.
No, he didn't. He clearly has got his arms through it. It's not like the edge of a pool,
Right.
infinity edge. Man charged after allegedly swinging sword at toddler. So a man is accused of swinging his sword at a toddler in Memphis. A judge ordered a mental evaluation for Coleman Garrett, who allegedly swung the sword at a 2-year-old girl and her mother outside a shelter at the First United Methodist Church. The victim told police she was waiting in line when Garrett approached her and tried to hug her child. She said Garrett went back to his vehicle, got his sword after she stopped him. The pair were not harmed. He's due in court again next week. Can I hug your kid? No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
You let me hug your kid now? No.
What is the length it has to be considered a sword?
I want to say at least 24 inches.
So over 2 feet.
Mhm.
Huh.
Let's
So-
find out.
Under 2 feet would be just a dagger?
Something to that
I know
effect. I'm
you-
sure there's another name for it. A length the blade has to be considered a sword. That's what you're asking for, right?
Yeah, or a dagger or a knife. Like,
Yeah.
what is the determination to get the classification of knife, dagger, or sword?
That's fine.
I would think that the blade itself would be what a sword is.
Say more. What do you mean?
Like the girth of the blade or the
Nah.
shape of the blade, maybe.
Not necessarily. You can have a real thin,
Okay.
rounded point blade, but it has length is where it's at. Really,
Okay.
ultimately, length is where it's at. Girth is not.
I don't know if that's true. They're all
No.
about 3 inches.
Now, this is according to swordsofthenorthshire.com.
Feels totally legit.
I'm thinking so.
If it was the swords of North Tulsa, you'd be like, Northshire feels on
Yeah.
brand. Okay.
So knives are generally 6 inches or less, while sword lengths usually measure a foot or more. While there's no established cutoff between a knife versus sword, as far as length, the longer the blade gets, the more useful it becomes as a fighting weapon. So 6 inches or less, you're a knife. If you're a foot or more, you're a sword.
I'm definitely not a sword. I was just looking to see what the difference is between a dagger and a knife.
Mhm, mhm.
It says a knife is the name of the implement that can be used for cutting or stabbing. The difference between a knife and a dagger is from side on. Daggers are always symmetrical, and both sharp edges always go down to a point.
Okay. To where like a regular knife, it's just one edge
One-
sometime. Most of the times it's just one side is edged for the cutting part of it.
Huh.
Think
Dagger.
about that with all your pocket knives at home. How many of them have dual edges on them?
Because
And if-
butterfly knives are one-sided, right? And switchblades are one
I
side.
believe so. Yeah. It's been
Okay.
a while since I've manhandled one, but I've got a couple of throwing knives that are also you could be considered daggers because both blades are sharpened.
On both sides.
sides are sharpened. Yeah.
There you go.
Hmm.
How about that?
more
The more you
know.
How about that, though? Pair of tickets to Shinedown, our 50th anniversary concert. We'll be giving those away in less than an hour.
Tulsa's morning show.
Be a part of the Ford Truck Series and anything I can do to make this Hilton Hotel team do the best I can.
Well, Corbin, I'm glad that you accepted and decided to give your prize of potatoes to the loser of the game, but that's not all that you're going to win. All right. So not only do you get my leftover dinner from last night, my potatoes and a little bit of steak with some cheese on top, I'm also going to hook you up with a 6-pack of Twisted Tea.
Oh.
Set right up front because nobody wants this. So
Yeah.
I grabbed a pack and you get
Yeah.
to take it home with
Again, you put
Twisted
zero
Tea.
effort into the prize.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just real grateful that this Hilton Honors team did the best they could, and we'll make sure part of the Ford Truck Series continues. So I'd like to give it to my second place. His second isn't winning, so
All right.
Twisted Tea is a great beer fridge for guests.
Right, right.
item.
Well, congratulations, Lindsay. You got yourself some old mushed potatoes and some warm Twisted Tea for losing on Day Spa or Dispensary.
This says I'm about to get divorced from my wife of 10 years because I made a stupid mistake and had a one-night stand. We got in an argument. I left, went to the bar, slept with some woman, and almost immediately the guilt took over me. She has told me it's over, but I have to try. What can I do to get her to give our marriage a second chance? 918-460-KMOD. Bmms, then whatever you think he should do to 82945. Let's entertain the idea. What are some things he could do? How about a vacation?
Ooh.
You and me,
Mm-hmm.
let's have a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to some beautiful exotic place and talk out my inability to keep my penis in my pants.
Yeah.
Having kids usually fixes that situation.
Yeah.
That maybe if you're lucky, you'll get to do that.
Vacations are nice. Absolutely.
Can you work on a
But-
problem on a vacation, Lindsay?
I don't think so. Because
This
once
isn't a
you get
problem. This is a
back-
crack in the foundation.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Because once you get back, everything's right there, you know? Yeah.
What are some other
And-
things he could try?
I think he
Entertain the
begs,
idea.
goes
No bad
on
ideas.
hands and knees and
Begs?
begs. What do you want me to I will do anything you want me to do.
Yeah. Horrible way to get into a conversation with somebody, right? And this is why. Because you want to fix it, you have to come up with ideas. Not me.
Mm-hmm.
You want to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I have to tell you how to fix your problem?
Mm-hmm.
Not just this, any scenario. If you have to go to the person and be like, tell me what I have to do to fix this, then you shouldn't be in it. It's a horrible way to get into a conversation with somebody to try and rectify a problem. Because it means you don't know. You haven't even entertained ideas.
Right.
How about a candlelight dinner?
That's
Not
good
enough.
and gravy and all, but the distractions there, man. You're not going to be able to enjoy your candlelight dinner. You know, you're not going to be able to do much of anything fun, a vacation or anything like that, because there's a giant elephant in the room.
Again, we're just trying to convince
Mm-hmm.
for a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
What about a spa day?
Sure. I'll go ahead and let you spend your money on me so I can go and feel better.
Yeah, is he
about
gonna send
myself.
her on a spa day? I know. I think he needs to go to her and definitely he needs to know from her what she expects from him,
I don't think.
what he wants her to
Come
do.
on,
What-
Lindsay.
yeah,
Come
no.
on. Come on, Lindsay.
Taking
Come on,
her-
Lindsay.
What?
What he expects of her.
What
Don't have
she
sex with
wants him
other
to do.
people.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what the expectation is.
Absolutely. But he's done it. He's done the damage.
Yeah, so we're
Right.
talking
He's
about a
done the
second
damage.
chance.
Exactly.
So what do we're just talking about crazy ideas.
Yep.
Commit to
Yeah.
an idea, Lindsay.
Yeah. So going on vacation, sure, it's nice, but now he gets to go on a vacation too. It's almost like, I don't know if I want to go on a vacation with you right now.
Hall pass. You want a crazy idea? Give her a hall pass.
There,
Give
yeah.
her an opportunity to even Stevens this thing.
Mhm. And she doesn't have to tell him about it. Ever.
Well, no, she knows about his, so I feel like it has
That's
to be
only
even.
fair. Yeah.
If it's even, it's even.
No.
Why do you not get to tell anybody?
Maybe she doesn't even take him up on it. He'll never know.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Let him wonder. Did she or didn't she?
yeah. Usually works.
It usually does.
Yeah.
Withholding information.
Yeah. People have already texted him what my feelings are on this. To me, it's quite clear. But they are asking.
Yeah.
Right? They are going, what's some scenario? What's a scenario? What is a possibility? Brandon is on. Hey, Brandon, how are you?
Good. How are y'all?
Good. What do you think?
From a person who's been cheated on multiple times, I say the damage has already been done. But if he wants to win her over, they've been married 10 years. Renew your vows. Make new vows. Tell her you're committed to her and only her. Just go and renew your vows. That might win her over. You never know.
Right, a mulligan.
Right.
Yeah, pull a mulligan.
Yeah.
Pull that mulligan card. Pull it all day long.
You said that you've been cheated on multiple times, Brandon. Would that have worked with you?
No, because I stayed with someone who cheated on me 9 times.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Are you
But
blind? Are you blind?
Well, I lived 7.5 hours away from my family at the time. So I was kind of forced just to stick around because I was in a state I didn't know. I wasn't from that state. So I stuck around and rode out the roller coaster.
What was her excuse on the 7th time?
His excuse was I was away from the house for 2 weeks on walk and he got lonely.
So this is your boyfriend?
Yeah, it was my ex.
Yeah.
But when he said that, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I took the call around midnight when he was drunk, took the call, and I left and never looked back.
Had to rip that Band-Aid, huh?
I just left. I was done.
Wait, that was the 7th time.
Yeah. And then
you came back.
Took the call back because I was like, oh, maybe you changed. Then the 9th time was finally the draw.
For him I'm just being really honest. Him cheating 9 times, do you blame him or yourself?
I blame myself for being blinded by love.
But it wasn't. No, it wasn't, though.
No, it was not my fault. But I mean, I kept going back.
No, it's your fault. It wasn't love.
It was my own stupidity trying to think I can change someone.
Right. Hope. Well, it was hope. You were hoping. You were hoping he'd love you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Brandon, have a great day, man.
You too.
All right, see you later.
These texts are
Scott is on. Hey, Scott, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, buddy. What do you think?
You know, let's be real. I love some of the comments, and you guys especially, but let's be real. You're not going to be able to give her a hall pass because we as men are never going to forget that. We're never going to stop dwelling on it. And, we're going to be the demise of that at that point. I think there's only one way to really do it. Either walk away because you can't tell me guilt took over after. You were enjoying it then. You went out for that purpose to go meet somebody. So either open this up to an open relationship, ask her, hey, do you want an open relationship, or walk away now, brother, because you lost it.
Let me ask you, Scott, what would be an argument they would have had that would have not justified him cheating, but going out and being completely reckless? Like what's something?
Well, she would have had to cheat. I mean, the only way I'm ever going to cheat is she walks to me and says she just cheated. I'm walking out. I'm going to get me some, and I'm done with this relationship.
But then, you're not
let's
really
be real
cheating
as
at that
men.
point, are you, Scott?
Well, until that divorce, I get it. But there's no hall pass or dinner or vacation. I agree with her vacation. That means she's not going to forget that. I don't care if 5 years down the road, that's going to be in every argument you have.
Mm-hmm.
So you might as well either walk away or open this thing up and let's become swingers.
Just walk up to her with a pineapple in hand.
Right on, man.
Upside down it, baby.
All right, Scott, have a great day, friend.
You too, guys.
All right, see you later.
Got a great idea to fix the situation.
I hear that, like, if she cheats, I'm going out right and cheating, and cheating right away. It's going to be like the movie Hall Pass. I'm going to Applebee's and having wings and going to bed at 9. Like,
yeah.
Right, because that's our routine now.
No,
that's where we're at.
No, I don't have the game. Like, what are you talking about? It's not like I'm turning down women every time I go out the door.
You go to the bar, you wait till about, 1:45-ish.
Oh,
You find the biggest woman with the least amount of teeth in her face, and you say, you're coming with me.
I got to be honest. If I'm cheating as revenge, it ain't just going to be on crumbs. Listener email, I'm about to get divorced from my wife of 10 years
Homeless
because
people eat out of garbage cans,
I
Corbin.
made a stupid mistake and had a one-night stand. We got in an argument. I left, went to the bar, and slept with some woman. Almost immediately, the guilt took over me. She's told me it's over. But I have to try. What can I do to get her or to give our marriage a second chance? Lindsay.
Okay, so he already did the most awful thing he could have done, and that was cheat. But he was honest. So he's got that going for him at least. And if he wants to work things out, he's going to have to take the blame and take whatever is coming to him. If she is pissed, let her be pissed and just take it. Take the anger and just wait it out and see what she wants to do. The ball is absolutely.
Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. Let's see what Lindsay has for Balls to the Wall Sports.
Balls to the wall, man. Balls to the wall. Balls to the wall.
Netflix is out with a new series centered on the NFL titled Quarterback. The series will include exclusive access to Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, Minnesota Vikings QB Kirk Cousins, and Atlanta Falcons quarterback Marcus Mariota over the course of this past season. It will follow all three players from the start to the end of their respective seasons, including footage of them on and off the field. Quarterback is set to debut on Netflix this summer.
I think that's obviously very cool, because even if it wasn't Patrick Mahomes, but to see a quarterback, you're seeing them progress and then also win a Super Bowl. That's a cool thing to be able to watch. When they did the HBO spring training, summer ball thing, whatever it's called, that was always awesome when the team went on. But the fact that you're going to see them progress, I think Kirk Cousins is going to be a better watch. Only because he was in so many crazy games and he's just a super big character.
Yeah. Yeah. And it'll be fun to, I hope they do a lot with the teams as well. Like they go into that.
Well, if it's quarterback, I can only imagine they're only going to focus on the quarterbacks. We may see parts of the other players and teams and stuff like that. But I think ultimately you're going to see how the quarterbacks interact. And it's also a little misleading because it's Patrick Mahomes' production company that is putting it together.
Oh, okay. The Titans are releasing several key players. Tennessee announced yesterday that Taylor Lewin, Robert Woods, Zach Cunningham, and Rodney Bullock were all cut due to salary cap issues. Lewin was drafted by the Titans in round 1 of the 2014 draft, started 100 games for the team. The left tackle made 3 Pro Bowls. He was the longest tenured player on the roster.
Yeah. It's a big deal.
Woods caught 53 passes for 527 yards, 2 touchdowns last season. The receiver was coming off a torn ACL he suffered in the fall of 2021. The Titans saved nearly $38 million in cap space with these moves. Georgia, all SEC linebacker Jamin Dumas Johnson was arrested yesterday on misdemeanor charges of racing on highway streets and reckless driving, according to Athens Clarke County Jail booking records. Sources confirmed multiple reports to ESPN that an incident involving him occurred on January 10th, the day after Georgia's 65-7 victory over TCU in the College Football Playoff National Championship game in LA. In a statement issued last night, the University of Georgia did not mention him specifically, but said, "We are aware of a report relating to a January 10th incident on College Station Road involving one of our student athletes. The alleged conduct does not reflect our program's values or the high standards we have established. As this is an open matter involving a student, we are not able to provide any additional information at this time and will continue to cooperate fully with law enforcement."
We made a statement.
Yeah.
Right.
Dumas Johnson is a rising junior, was second on Georgia's team with 70 total tackles and led the Bulldogs with 9 tackles for loss. That's your Balls to the Wall Sports. I'm Lindsay on 97.5 KMOD.
Balls to the Wall Sports is powered by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Great. The other people to entertain somebody they don't know. It just makes everything.
Or don't like.
Exactly. And it's not your place to be inviting somebody else over.
Feeding their dog.
Huh? Oh, like table scraps or something?
I think that's what they mean, right?
Yeah.
I can't imagine you'd be like, "Where's your chow chow so I can put it in the bowl?" Yeah. Some people do that. Some people think that because they feed their dogs table scraps or popcorn or whatever, that they can do that with your dog.
That's good that your dog's stomach has adapted to that. But now you're going to make your friend's dog crap all over their house because it's not used to that.
Showing up empty-handed.
I don't think that's that bad. Do I have to bring potato salad every time I come over?
No.
Exactly.
No, I always take something.
Yeah, I always take a bottle of wine.
Okay.
Always.
All right. I usually got my medicine on me, so that just works out perfectly.
Yeah, but that's not extra, right? Like I said, it's like offering him a cigarette.
Right. I don't have to share with you, though. That's the thing. I don't have to.
Yes, but you're not going out of your way is the point, right?
Listen, I'm the guy that goes to Walmart and gets the cookies for the potluck that we're having here at work, okay? Do you expect more from me?
Yeah, I think if you go to someone's house and they're making, like, let's just say dinner still, you got to take something.
Yeah.
I did. I brought
even
my
a
appetite.
dessert or wine, whatever.
Yeah.
Something.
It's just manners, Gimpy, right?
Right. Yeah, sure.
No.
Listen, y'all invited me over. Okay, cool. I'll come over and have dinner. That's all right. Doesn't mean I have to bring a bottle of wine or a 6-pack or a bottle of anything for that fact. That's that. Unless you say so. Hey, BYOB, bring a bottle, bring a side item. We'll get the main course. That happens to me a lot. We got the main courses. Come on over for barbecue, whatever. Bring a side item. All right, cool. Tater salad it is.
I've never gone to someone's house and like looked around and said to myself, "That's so dirty here."
Oh,
ugh.
Wow.
What do they have lives? Right? I don't go. Their sheets. They didn't even make their bed. I don't do all that.
Oh, I bet you
Look
have.
down my
No.
nose at you.
Because life happens.
Depends on the level of the filth, right? If you walk into somebody's house,
If you're
and
a
it looks
hoarder,
like hoarders, yeah, exactly.
I ain't going to your house. I already know you're a hoarder.
But this is the first time you didn't realize that they were disgusting people or hoarders until you walk into their house,
Oh,
right?
no. You
get
can read a
totally
hoarder a
thrown
mile
off
away.
guard.
No, you can read a hoarder a mile away.
Hoarder.
Yeah, you can read a hoarder a mile away.
You just tell by the way they dress, their lack of showering,
Or by their vehicle.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure, right? I think absolutely.
But you still don't say anything. You just kind of watch where you sit down, maybe scooch the newspapers or whatever, paper plates with leftover pizza rolls on them and hang out for a little bit. And I got to go. I got it.
If I'm going to judge, I'm judging, like, I'm going to judge the food. So I'm not going to judge, like, hey, your bed wasn't made.
No.
I'm going to judge, oh my God, you served Brussels sprouts or whatever that is.
Right.
I'm not going to get all like, ugh, you didn't clean for my arrival.
Right. Good. You're right. Life happens.
Life
especially
happens.
if you've got small children.
Oh, and you're having a dinner party.
Right. You can expect toys to be all over the place. Now, there's a difference between, a little clutter, kids don't know how to pick up their toys, and your house looks like Ross, dressed for less. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I would think if you're hosting a dinner party, you would want to clean up.
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think.
But that's not necessarily true, especially if you're like, hey, come over tonight, we're having pizza. Pizza feels like there's no cleaning happening.
Yeah, it's okay to have your laundry still piled up on the back of the couch from like 4 days.
You should at least pick it up and throw it on your bed.
Yeah.
Right? Give me a place to sit.
Right. Just move the panties over. It'll be fine.
It's always like, I've gone and I stopped getting in the car with this person when I went to get in their car and they're like, hold on. And they had to like unload a bunch of stuff from the seat and the floorboard into the back seat so I could sit down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you invited me to get in your car.
You should have had that fixed up beforehand.
Or just don't invite me into your car.
I'm with you.
Right? If you don't have a place for me to sit, what are you doing inviting me over?
I just like the company.
I'm not a charity. Yeah. So that would be, I'm judging food. What do you judge? What's your judge when you go to someone's house? If it's
Cleanliness.
like cleanliness?
Probably, yeah. Especially if you're having a dinner party.
Yeah, I might do that too.
Uh-huh.
Gimpy?
Definitely cleanliness. Now, it doesn't have to be sparkling like you walk in and everything's ting, 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 No. But if you're inviting people over, dinner party, or just to hang out and have a smoke sesh, you might want to just kind of pick up the bulk of
Smoke
things
sesh.
first.
You're so
right?
bougie. Like,
Yeah.
You're going over get high and you're like, man, the house was so dirty.
Yeah.
So dirty.
Well, yeah, if you got to, you can't put your soda down or your water down on the table because, it's littered with empty cans. then,
Right.
yeah, that's what
Right.
I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
Go get a damn trash bag,
But if,
clear off the table, and it'll be
Yes.
fine. You'll be
yes.
fi- I'm not saying you have to run the vacuum.
Right.
All right. Just don't make people come in and be like, oh, God. Oh, God. And furthermore, Susan, if it smells a little bit, just spray something. Just spray something in the air. You don't want to walk into somebody's house and get hit with a brick wall of stank. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to be careful too. Don't go crazy, right? If you're unloading half a can of Lysol,
Right. You're
Oh,
obviously
gross. Covering
covering
up a
something
smell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Which will reveal itself in a
In
little
due
bit.
time.
Yes.
It's not permanent.
It smells like wildflowers and ass
Yeah. Is it Febreze?
hmm
and mold.
Febreze is literally advertised to cover up stink,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
which means you have a problem if there's stink in the
Yeah.
house. What about a toilet bowl that's got a pink ring in it?
I'm not judging that.
Gross.
It's pink mold.
Yeah.
It's mold
Gross.
Yeah.
in the toilet bowl.
Yeah. That's okay.
Ugh.
Now, I mean, there's a difference between is there sitting urine or like, Mr. Hanky, is he taking
Skid
a little
marks.
swim right there?
There's some rubbing is racing.
Ugh.
Right. Like,
Gross.
previous person was a freckler. I get what you're talking about. Yeah. Dude, that happens, bro. That happens in everybody's house. I'm hoping that you would, at least go in there and take that little brush and whirl around a little
Yeah,
bit.
but you didn't.
You didn't exactly. But I mean, it is what it is. Everybody poops. Everybody has that, whatever you may need a knife for. It's okay.
Bidet, dude. Bidet. Bidet.
Right. I get it. That cleans the skid marks off of your end, but I mean, this is down on the porcelain. I don't think it works like that.
Eat some fiber. Y'all had a show some time ago about well-endowed men who have trouble with the dating scene because of their genetic disposition. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to catch the whole show. Well, I'm not sure how to ask this, but are any of them still single? I'm 5'2", 120 pounds, pleasant on the eyes, and very capable of intelligent conversations. What are my choices?
What is going on here? Are they trying to get us to hook them up with the big dong man or
I
what?
don't know. I don't know if it's a man or a woman.
Okay.
Right?
Is this person trying to get us to hook them up with somebody with a huge schlong?
It's conversations like this that create an illusion
Mhm.
that every woman wants a gigantic dong. Vaginas are all different.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Some, that's terrifying.
Right.
Some, that sounds exciting.
Right. Some that's not even big enough.
Yeah. I have never thought if there is a website for women to go to find men that are well endowed. Now that we've said it aloud, I'm sure there's one.
Well, there has to be. They've got one for farmers, Christian singles.
Sure.
Why can't they have one? It's
Spoiler, those are all the same databases.
What?
Yeah.
Big dong dating.
And I'm sure there's one for this, but do like guys who like bolt-ons
Right.
breasts? Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. What do you have, Lindsay?
Oh, and while you're texting, I just saw Apple has released 31 new emojis. So you can add one of those into your.
Well, it's not
text today.
Apple. Emojis are controlled by like a global I'm not kidding, a global organization, and they vote on emojis so they can work between all the phones.
Wow.
And there's a lot of them.
And there's a lot of them. They're constantly evaluating whether a thing should be an emoji.
My
I didn't
goodness.
realize how many emojis were out there until
Mhm.
I started scrolling through them. I'm like, holy crap. Why?
It's a crazy rabbit hole to go down the emoji game on whether something should or should not be an emoji and the amount of debate. How was work? We couldn't decide if an eggplant made sense. Gimpy, what do you have?
Later on, we're going to be doing our top list, which is same-sex crushes.
Let's see what Gimpy has.
Be around the world, take my strong hand, get on the Gimp train, on the Gimp train. Be around the world, take my strong hand, get on the Gimp train, Gimp train.
Look at my little arm. I can't press the fire button and jump at the same time.
Remember back in the day, middle school, high school, they say that, if these girls wear a certain color bracelet, it means they do certain things, like she wears a brown bracelet, she does anal or whatever, something to that effect.
I didn't have that when I went to school, but I have heard that, yes.
Yeah. Well, it has spread to our senior citizens.
Nice.
Yeah, at least according to this article and a video that I found on TikTok.
And a video
I found on TikTok, which I saw the video and I'm like, really? So I started digging around.
Okay.
Found this article and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. So there's a senior citizen community in Florida called The Village. And this thing is huge. Now, they say that it surpasses the size of Manhattan. It has 5 zip codes and more than 130,000 residents. All right, so this isn't some little podunk stuff like we got behind us. This is a massive community, about like the size of Owasso.
A village.
A village.
retirement
A village. So apparently, the senior citizens, it's a booming swingers community as well. Now, we have talked about it before in the past, how sex is running rampant.
Apparently.
In all your senior citizens' homes, whether it's a podunk home or a village as massive as Manhattan. So they, at least according to this article and the video I found on TikTok, much like the bracelets, the old folks will take different colored loofahs and attach them to the top of their cars. And that's how you can tell.
Loofahs.
Well, yeah, that's how you can tell what Gam or Grandpa are into when it comes to the swinging community.
How's Gam getting her hands over her head to even put it on the antenna? What cars still have antennas?
Well, they're like, a lot of them that I've seen are attached to like luggage racks.
Okay,
Okay,
so some part of the car.
Yes,
Got it.
It's attached to some part of the car somehow. Here's the breakdown on the different color loofahs and what they mean. If you have a white loofah, that means that grandma is a novice or a beginner. Grandma and grandpa are novice or beginners. They haven't really gotten into the swinging community. They're just now starting, kind of interested.
New to the area.
Sure.
What's for dinner?
A purple loofah means that grandma and grandpa are voyeurs and like to watch other seniors get busy.
I mean, if you're going to pick one, pick that one because you know they're going to fall asleep.
Hopefully.
You ever watched a movie or something with Gam?
Yeah.
Hopefully
resting my
their
eyes.
blood pressure medication doesn't keep them up all night. You know what I'm saying? All right. A pink loofah says here means a soft swap, which means people who like to do it with others in the room. Okay.
Soft swap.
Soft swap. So, all right. We all know I used to DJ in a swingers club. It was off premise. So that means like no sex happened in the club itself. It was just a place for couples to meet other couples. And a lot of them were, older. I'm not going to say senior citizen, but they were in their early mid 50s, sometimes even early 60s. I've seen more old man penis at the club than I ever need to in my entire life. No sex goes on unless you get, for the most part, like it's not actual fornication. There was a lot of oral going on, a little weird, but nonetheless. So I'm learning some things about the swinging community as I'm reading this article. So pink is a soft swap, and that's when they like to do it with other people in the room. If you have a blue loofah, that's the lowest level of full swap. And it says those who can play well with others. I don't know what much difference between blue and pink is. Maybe, with the blue ones, you don't have to have them in the same room. Like everybody's like a giant geriatric orgy, But, it's like, all right, I can play well with others. I'm going to take Gertie. All right. And then Beulah, you take Alfred, and then we'll go to their, separate rooms, and we'll go banging out, and we'll come back and discuss
You're on blue. You've only given 4.
Yeah.
I stopped playing video games
Uh-huh.
because there were too many buttons and I couldn't figure out which button to push. I
Yeah.
just would get frustrated. I'm a slow learner that way.
Mhm.
I'm already like, wait, no, damn it, I didn't want blue.
Right.
I'm overwhelmed and
Yeah.
I'm not 80.
Yeah.
Yellow is a mid-level swap. It's for those who want to have fun but are still kind of nervous. You know, it's like I'm interested in having some group sex, but I just don't know.
Dominated. They want to be dominated.
Maybe so.
I'm interested, but I don't know how to have control. So therefore, I would like to turn it over to you.
Maybe. I don't know about domination because I think that could be kind of
Assertive. I need you to be assertive.
Yeah. It says here if you have a black loofah, if Gam Gam has a black loofah, not only is it larger than the regular loofahs, but it means full swap. Those who say what the hell and let it all go. Just let it happen. Full orgies. Let's just go and, swap partners, whatever. Whatever's on the table, we're going to do it. And then the last one it has labeled here is the teal or turquoise, which means it's a bisexual loofah for those that want to increase their dating chances. Now, of course, there's all kinds of speculation according to this article. There's some people that are like, yeah, I totally worked at the Village. And yes, it's a massive swinging community and STDs are running rampant through this village. And then there's other that are like, nah, man, that's not what it means at all whatsoever. It's just an urban legend. And they say, those people, the naysayers of this, say that the old folks use it to find their car in whatever parking lot because all old folks, I guess, drive the same white Buick. I don't know.
Right. Because I've heard this, but I've also heard it's a pool noodle and they cut like part of a pool noodle and put it on their car in some way so they can find their car in the parking lot because they all drive white Buicks.
Sure.
But the color thing is all, is similar.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like I'm the white Buick with the pink loofah on top.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think the swingers thing is way more believable. Because I know that I've seen the talk shows where they do talk about like how the risk of STDs is so much higher in old folks and
Why?
in homes.
Why?
Because the sex
That's
is
fun.
a lot higher.
Wouldn't sex anywhere increase the risk? I'm just curious to the statement of in old folks' home, it's higher.
Yeah. They've done studies on it.
I got you right here because doing my research, I'm wondering why. How do we get to this? One, why? I get it. Why sex is so rampant in the nursing homes. You're old. You got nothing else to do but to play bingo and fornicate, okay, and eat your applesauce. So I was, hey, look at that one.
There's another one.
They're everywhere. That's on y'all's side.
Is that on our side? Okay.
Now he's crawled in the crack now, and he's in between. He's betwixt the two because that's double.
That's
pain
another
right there.
cockroach.
Yeah, that's fun.
On the wall.
We'll get an exterminator in here. That's funny. All right, so doing my research, I'm like, all right, why is this happening in the old folks? And I get it. You're bored. You got nothing else to do. So here's what it says: 6 reasons STDs are common in nursing homes. STDs. Obviously, you're going to get there because of the sex that the old folks are having. It says here, one is misconceptions. It says many elderly feel that they can have unprotected sexual activities because they don't have to worry about getting pregnant. So they're like, whatever, who needs to wrap it up? You're not going to get pregnant. Your eggs are rotten. Okay. So, but they still get the STDs. You can still get the chlamydia. You can still get the syphilis and the gonorrhea, those are the 2 main ones that the STDs that run through most nursing homes: chlamydia, gonorrhea, and then syphilis. So top 3. It says here there's a stigma. It says it can be a matter of embarrassment to some seniors that have STDs or other sexual issues at this age, and they avoid getting tested and taking treatment by visiting the healthcare providers and doing so if they're sexually active, then they spread infections to other people. So that makes sense. There's embarrassment. You don't want to be an 86-year-old man or woman having to go to the doctor and get the old Q-tip up the shaft to get, taken care of for your syphilis or Mr. Rusty Zippers. Okay. It also says here misinformation. Before, there was limited sex education. As a result, many seniors do not have the correct information regarding protected sexual activities and how STDs can be spread. That's obviously, that's got to be on the nursing home, right? That to like provide that kind of education to the old folks. And then and furthermore, Susan, like, as if you were an old person, would you want to sit here and listen to a 30-year-old, 40-year-old nurse try to tell you how to bang? I've been banging since before you were around.
I don't know. So what is the role of a community? This is a community, right? It's not an old folks home. So what's the role of the community? Is their job to educate you on life? I don't think so.
Right.
Even if it's an old folks home, I don't know if that's necessarily true. If my mom was in an old folks home and she was like, they're yelling at me to finish my dinner.
Right.
I'd be like, well, they're out of line.
Right.
And same thing on this.
Are they? I mean, they're just trying to make sure that all the seniors are healthy, and want to keep them alive as long as humanly possible. And you don't want something like, I don't know, syphilis to take you down.
Ooh,
right?
That's a fun question. Is an old folks home's job to keep the visitors, the guests, the
residents,
tenants, the residents alive as long as possible?
I would say yes, because it's a business and they want to keep, as any business, one person leaves, they'll just fill that spot with another one.
That's what I'm saying.
But if you've got that continual, revenue coming in, why wouldn't you want to keep them alive as long as possible?
Because there's another one
waiting to get in.
That's one thing we have plenty of is old folks, for sure.
And also it's not probably in their job description to talk to them about having sex, because it's not like it's allowed. They're not saying
it's not like it's not allowed.
Right. Like they're not encouraging them to go have sex with one another. It's probably something that just happens. They sneak around and do it.
This text here says, I live about 20 minutes from the villages, and it's true. I see a lot of cars with loofahs on the antennas or the roof rack. Well, that's not helping me if it's a swingers community or not, but apparently
it does validate that there are loofahs on cars.
Absolutely. So I give you that one as well. Another reason here why sex is so rampant in your senior citizens' home, men's erectile dysfunction medicine. All right. Boner pills, because the guys are taking these boner pills. Well, they got to, use it for its intended purpose. So.
Yeah, but they're not just getting prescribed pills for no reason.
All right. It says drugs like Viagra and Cialis can increase the libido and help them ease and maintain. Many who are not able to have sex due to the erectile dysfunction can stay sexually active. So it's like, I've gone so long without a boner. Now I finally got one. I'm like a kid with a new toy that just wants to play with.
Yeah, but that's only 50% of the equation.
Right. Right. Well, here's the other half. Women's medication is what it says. Women may also take drugs like Adyi, Addy, and Vyleesi, Vyleesi. I've never heard of these, but I'm not a female. I don't take.
I'm sure there's drugs that do that. Yeah,
a female version of Viagra, which it says is what it is. It increases their libido, their vaginal estrogen hormone replacement, moisturizers, lubricants, and are some of the options for women. So much like the boner pills, the women are getting all hot and bothered off of their medication, and they just got nothing else to do. Let's just go ahead and bang it out.
Yeah,
with each other or everybody.
Okay, a couple things I have with this. One, I don't like this story only because it makes it negative.
Okay.
I don't care if they're swinging.
Yeah.
I don't care if they're getting STDs.
I'm right there with you.
I don't care if they're color coding their car to find their car and also to have a soft swap. I don't care, because having sex is totally normal.
Absolutely.
And I hope when I am in need of a place to care for me or to make sure my lawn's manicured, more so than it already needs to be, that I can live the life I want to live.
I am right there with you, which brings me around to the whole reason why I brought this
But
up.
I have a second point.
Go ahead.
The second point is I also don't believe it.
You don't believe that it's a swinging community?
No, I think one or two maybe it's happening, but it's not like, whatever epidemic that's happening.
Yeah.
It's not running rampant. It's not like they're trying to serve black-eyed peas and they can't get people to come to dinner or to spades night because they're too busy fornicating in the ballroom.
Ew. Can we choose a different room?
Not
please?
because crafts now has a different meaning.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not buying all that.
I listen. I feel you. I'm right there with you. I read the article. I watched the video, and I'm like, there probably might be some legitimacy to it. There probably isn't. It's probably just an urban myth, much like the high school girls and their bracelets or whatever.
And there's this part too.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I think about things too literal. I'm sure I do. But have you ever? I've never been a part of a group sex event, but I would imagine it takes some mobility.
Mm-hmm.
And old people are not real mobile.
Yeah.
They just aren't. And maybe one of them is.
And maybe that's why you have the watchers. So the watchers are there to help you
Like
with
spotters?
the walkers.
They're like spotters?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As you're sitting there making your statement, Corbin, all I can think of the picture is just old wrinkly ass.
Sure.
Writing.
Have you ever been at the grocery store behind an elderly person?
Yeah, they're slow.
Oh,
yeah. But that's the thing, though. Here you are, a young, spry chicken, okay, and you're stuck behind this. That's why it's so right?
Sure.
If you're just as old as the rest of them, y'all are moving at the same pace.
Except I know people that are old that go to the grocery store and that's the only thing they do all day and then they're spent. Like,
yeah.
Right.
I'm just saying, I don't think there's enough stamina.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe it's just
for a group of them.
Right. Maybe it's a once a week thing. Maybe they schedule it out. On Tuesdays, all right, the pink loofahs are going to get together with the teal loofahs. I don't know. And on Wednesdays, the white ones get together with the black loofahs. I don't know.
Listen to this text. No sneaking around needed. They let residents sleep over in other residents' rooms for fun time. My mom is in an assisted living center. The staff doesn't care if they have sex. They don't actively keep residents from hooking up. The part that I have with that is they let them sleep over. It's not prison.
Yeah.
Excuse me, nurse. Can I stay the night over at Bobby's
Yeah.
house?
If I ever have to put my mom in there, which I don't ever want to, I don't want to be like, hey, why wasn't she in her room? Did you do bed check?
Yeah.
Now, in a home where maybe there's Alzheimer's or something else going on,
Yeah.
totally get it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what we're talking about. There is a difference between a senior living center, the village,
Right.
and an assisted dreams, whatever,
Right.
memories care facility.
It's funny. As I was doing some research for this, I come across an article about 2 Alzheimer's patients living in a home, and they were both widowed, okay? But they hooked up. Now, you got to keep in mind with the Alzheimer's, you don't remember anything, right? That's basically what it boils down to. But then they caught this couple in bed fornicating, and they basically broke out the garden hose, hosed them down, broke them
Oh,
up.
jeez.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't literally break out the hose and hose them down, but they separated them. Bobby, you go to your room. Gertie, you stay here. Okay,
Yeah.
it's one of those things. Anyhow, no, here's how the story goes. It was the man's son walked in and saw his dad and this old lady getting it on. Freaks the hell out, tells the staff, they come, they separate them. The son pulls his dad out of the nursing home.
Of the home, yeah.
Get out of here. You are not.
This is not a good place for
You
you.
are not effing around here anymore at all whatsoever. Well,
literally.
keep in mind, they're Alzheimer's patients. Okay.
Yeah.
So apparently the woman after they had broken them up and then removed the guy from the home, the woman went into this massive state of depression, stopped eating, lost like a bunch of weight, and ended up dying because of their separated relationship.
Assumption.
Yeah.
Assumption of their separation.
They said that even though they had the Alzheimer's, the relationship was still real. And it still broke her heart, and she ended up going into depression and ended up dying because of it or whatever. Mostly because she stopped eating, but because of that. I was like, that is crazy.
The interaction that I have had with people that have Alzheimer's, I find that story so hard to believe because Alzheimer's is such a dude.
I've never been around anybody with it.
Short windows, man.
But I can see it.
Crazy.
I can see how you've got two patients like that who find each other. They may not know each other the next day or within the next 5 minutes, but they connected. There's a bond.
Seconds,
Mhm.
dude.
Yeah, it's seconds. It's
There-
devastating.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I'm having a hard time
Mhm.
believing
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
It sounds like someone took advantage of somebody.
Nonetheless,
Yeah.
as disgusting as it is to think of somebody in their mid 80s getting it on, I only hope that when I'm 80 something, I am still ripping it like these old folks are.
Around the world, take my strong hand, get on the give train, on the give train.
I mean, if your leg's all messed up,
Yeah,
don't you need to go to the doctor?
you would imagine.
Even if it wasn't poison and just like slashed your leg up,
Mhm,
wouldn't you
mhm.
need stitches?
I don't know. I mean, they're just fangs. They're just 4 little puncture holes. So it's not like it was attacked by a mountain lion where it could have taken a chunk out.
Would 4 puncture holes be quoted as messed up? I wouldn't. That feels pretty dramatic
I
for
think it's
puncture
pretty
holes.
dramatic, but I mean, if it gets infected, that's one thing you got to look at too, because
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how sanitary a snake's mouth is.
I mean, it's not being. It's not. If it's infected, you
Mm.
need to go to a doctor.
yeah,
Sure.
Sepsis is intimate.
yes. Poisonous or not, if I get bitten by a snake, I'm going to the ER. Doesn't matter.
Are
man.
you?
Yeah. Oh, I would for sure. For
No,
sure. I
Oh
would.
no! This is
Well,
how here's how I see it
Mhm.
going out, and then you tell me how it would go out. I'm saying that you get bit by a snake, you'd be like, it's fine. You would wait
I'll
till
pour
it was
some-
damn near the oval. If you circled it,
Right,
would
right.
be like over your leg. You're like, I sprayed Windex on it. It's
That's
fine.
Yeah. I
Nah,
poured some liquor on it.
Here's the thing. I'll put some alcohol on it for sure. But I don't know. I like snakes, and I know there's a way to tell if they're poisonous or not. But I'm not taking that chance. I'm not taking that chance. So I think if a snake, unless it's like a garter snake, something to that effect, okay, then I'm like, it'll be fine.
Well, they don't bite.
Right.
If you got you text in the word messed up,
Mm-hmm.
I'm implying that your leg looks like hamburger meat
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
or it's swollen up, ungodly.
Yeah.
Which either way, you need to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You need some anti-venom.
Something with a Schlin in it.
And if that makes me a beta, so be it. I like walking.
Right.
I like walking.
That's fair.
Do you get to call into work and say, I got bit by a snake, I need the day off?
Yeah.
If your leg is all jacked up or messed up, I guess we should say.
Hold on. What's the difference between jacked up and messed up?
Well, not much. Just a
Jacked
choice
up, I
word.
can't walk on it for
Right,
sure.
Right.
Messed up, it doesn't look good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
are you a
definitely not
leg
going
model?
in if it's jacked up. Probably not going in if it's messed up. If it hurts to put any kind of pressure on it when you walk and you have to hop everywhere you go.
Okay.
Big difference.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm the boss. Gimpy, you're
Yeah,
you're the injured party.
Yeah.
Ring,
Hey,
ring, ring. Hello, Bob's Manufacturing.
hey, Bob. I got a problem.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to be able to make it in today.
Man, we were really counting on you. We had a lot of drywall that needed to be delivered.
I understand, and I'm sorry to be the one that has to do this, but I got bit by a snake over the weekend at a bonfire.
I don't want to hear about your extracurriculars.
Well,
Chad, get in here.
Listen, sir. I'm being serious this time.
This time.
And I got bit by a snake. I don't know what kind of snake. I didn't ask for its identification, but I was bit by a snake, and my leg's all messed up now, and I just don't think I can make it in.
I mean, if you feel like a little gardener snake is going to put you on the sidelines,
It was bigger than a garter snake.
yeah, you were looking at it. Then why'd you let it bite you?
I was playing with it.
Hey, guys, Chad won't be in because he was playing with the snake and it bit him.
Yeah, better than last time when it spit in my eye.
Yeah. How many days off you get?
I mean, my whole thing is you said delivered, so you're going to be sitting. And he's like, if you have to put pressure on the leg and you like, if it's a standing job, I get it.
Yeah, but when you call in and you're sick, you always make it sound worse than it is.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's about 50% less than that.
Yeah.
It's maybe throbbing.
Have you ever been bitten by a snake?
I love that
sir?
scene from Couples Retreat.
Yeah.
I love that scene.
No, you haven't.
Say it again. Say it again. But if you're going to come in and complain about it the whole time and
Right.
be holding court, I don't want you here anyway.
Exactly.
Right. Your burglar leaves fecal evidence in community center sink. This happens a week ago today, as a matter of fact, in Tukwila, Washington, where somebody had broken into the Tukwila Community Center. They took an iPad, a laptop, a charging cable, and a crap in the sink. I guess they're calling him the Phantom Pooper. Because, of course, obviously, the evidence that he had left behind. But he had also left some digital evidence behind when he decided to go ahead and merge his own personal or her own personal Apple account with the stolen laptop's Apple account. About that. So the police in Tukwila are asking the thief, to please wash your hands and come in and talk to us. Bring the evidence with you, or bring the stuff with you, and we can talk about your options. I think if you've already got a name because of the account, it shouldn't be that hard to track them down.
Yeah.
Right, if everything's current on it. The part that I think sucks about this is community centers are usually benefited by people of lower income and senior citizens.
Absolutely.
And there's already not enough money in a community center.
Right.
And then you're stealing. You're not helping. You're not helping at all.
No. You're hurting everything. You're taking all that they got, and they're taking a crap in their sink.
If it was the country club, I'd be like,
Totally.
What are you going to do? Police investigate after marshmallows found with sharp objects inside. An investigation is underway in Michigan after residents found marshmallows containing fish hooks, tacks, and other objects on their property. Police just outside of Detroit say the first incident was reported back in May, but 2 other reports came in last week. So far, no one has been harmed, and they shown a lot of these mostly toasted coconut covered marshmallows, which are delicious. And people put nails in them, and they think it's to deter people from like having your animals on their land.
Okay.
Because the lady was like, I was just walking Toonces. And then she came over and sniffed this marshmallow, and I saw it had nails in it. So I called the police. The police came over, and they were like, yep, sure is that.
Thanks, June. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So, if you work hard to keep your lawn nice, and then some local Yahoo comes and lets their dog take a crap on your yard, I can understand why you would be frustrated.
Yes. However, I feel there's a way to get around that. You could put up a hot wire border around your yard, and it's not going to be like seeing like a giant picket fence would or something to that effect, but it also would deter said animal from coming and taking a crap in your yard.
Yeah. Except if you're working hard to make your yard nice, a hot wire isn't exactly the most appeasing thing to make your yard look good.
Sure, all you got to do is just decorate the stakes that's sticking in the ground. You don't really see.
Dink, dink, dink.
You don't need those giant ones. Good Lord.
Tea-stake, yeah.
You don't need one of those. You can get small kits at the Atwoods that work out just fine.
Still looks trashy, man.
I don't know, but it's sure better than, I guess, having to have marshmallows with nails in your yard.
Or you could just let your dog crap in your yard.
Well, yeah, people are never going to let that happen.
Or pick up after your dog's crap.
Even then, you're smearing it across the thing, man. Like you're using that non-germ protective sack from the grocery store, and you're just like...
It still works just the same.
And you literally look at it and go, I'm not picking that up.
Yeah.
Depending on how it looks.
Absolutely. If it was a rough day for the dog, nope, we'll just let the rain take care of that one.
Yeah, if the dog's feeling a little under the weather, right, you can be like, Mother Nature's fertilizer happening there.
Yeah.
Or you do the old left shoulder, right shoulder, keep going.
Nothing to see here.
Good morning, it's the Big Man Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. Top list coming up. Right now, we got to play a game because our 50th anniversary concert is in April. 3 days grace, Shinedown will be playing the stage at the BOK Center, BOKCenter.com. Celebrating 50 years as your rock station. Got a pair of tickets right now. Schnipp, Schnapp, Schnurr is the game. Current record record is
2s all across the board.
last week's winner was.
That'd be Lindsay.
So Corbin and Gimpy at 918-460-KMOD, 918-460-KMOD. Call up, decide who's going to be your clue giver. Whoever gets the most right is going to win those tickets to Shinedown and 3 Days Grace for our 50th anniversary concert. Good morning. You're on the air. What is your name?
Jeremy.
Jeremy, how are you today?
Pretty good. How's it going?
Good, buddy. Who do you want to give clues, Gimpy or Corbin?
Let's go, Gimpy.
Come on.
Jeremy, 60 seconds on the clock. Timer starts after the first clue, friend. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
This is the language that Mexicans speak.
Spanish.
Mm-hmm. This is a Disney character. He goes quack. Daisy was his
Donald Duck.
girlfriend. Yep. Mm-hmm. This is a giant. It's a mammal that lives in the ocean.
Whale.
Yes. This is also what. Okay, so that's the second word. The first part of this word is what creates babies. Men produce this and give them to women.
Sperm whale.
There you go. This is an Alanis Morissette song, isn't it? Blank, don't you think?
Ironic.
Mm-hmm. Blank Pursuit. It is a game.
High speed.
No. Where you ask questions.
Trivial.
You gotta take the L off of it just to make it clean.
Trivia.
There you go. You have this kind of rice that you put in the microwave, and it's done in like 90 seconds. It's blank rice or blank pudding.
Minute.
No. Think
Minute, right?
No. Let's
Time. 5 is what I got. Jeremy, pretty good, man. That might be good enough for the win. Hang on the line. Good morning. You're on the air. What is your name?
Dustin.
Dustin, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. We got to beat 5. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. This is a item that goes, a vessel that goes to space, a blank ship.
Rocket.
Correct. This is the vehicle that transports coffins.
Hearse.
Correct. No T.
Hearse.
There we go. When the brightest star in our solar system is on my skin and it turns pink, that's known as
Sunburn.
correct. This is the animated bird that took his face and hit trees. That's all.
Woody Woodpecker. Woody Woodpecker.
Correct. Minnie the
Mouse.
no. If I'm going to borrow something from you, but I'm always constantly borrowing from you, I'm a what?
A thief.
So I'm going to try and get you to say the word. Cows make this sound.
Moo. Minnie the Moocher.
Drop the ER.
Mooch.
Correct. This is something that holds water back. Also a name
dam.
for a lesbian.
Damn. Dike.
Yes. Congratulations, man. You got those tickets.
Let's go.
Whatever I got to do to win the game, man. Good job, Dustin. You got those tickets to the 50th anniversary concert at the BOK Center. Shinedown in 3 Days Grace.
Awesome, man. Thanks.
Hang on the line. Jeremy, I'm sorry, man. 5 was just barely not enough this time.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, brother. See you later.
We needed a dike to help us out.
Here's where Gimpy landed.
Yeah. Netscape had this way to communicate blank messenger,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
blank cocoa, blank rice.
Right.
Yeah, I need this. I need it to happen this blank now. Description of time that has to happen fast.
Instant.
Yes. Very good.
Yeah, I thought your clues were right on for that. All right, the record now.
Puts you in a lead with 3, keeps us with 2.
Take a break and we'll be back.
The Big Mad Morning Show returns next. Tulsa's
Battery on someone 65 years or older.
Naughty Bear looks like a pretty groovy place to go.
It just looks like a bar.
On the water.
Well, they're Florida.
Yeah,
Well,
they're in
yeah.
Florida.
I know.
A lot of bars on the water in
Oh,
Florida.
look at this. They got pictures of dolphins. Dolphins right there as you're having your cocktail.
No wonder she didn't want
We
to.
don't get that here.
The ocean's a pretty amazing thing.
We don't get that here. Give me an Oklahoma dolphin and I'll be all right.
I mean,
There you go. Horrified gas station staff find severed human penis in parking lot. This happened in Mobile, Alabama. petrol station. The staff there were given the shock of their lives when they discovered a human penis on site. This bizarre discovery was made just yesterday. Actually, Thursday. No, what is today? What's today? Wednesday? Monday. Monday this happened, January 30th.
What's happening?
I have
A
no
little after
idea.
6 a.m., police officers showed up, collected the severed appendage as evidence. According to the reports, police do not believe the findings is proof of any foul play, but it is not clear whose member was actually found. My favorite quote, one employee simply told local reporters it was a whole D. A statement at 4 from the Mobile Police Department stated the incident was not being investigated as an assault or a murder, adding it was a mystery how on earth the penis ended up there. Footage saw local reporters apparently showing a black truck pulling into the station around 6:15 a.m. to fill up. Then the truck pulls away before a penis then falls onto the car park tarmac. Once a report was made, a heavy police presence attends the store, located in the port city of Mobile on Alabama's Gulf Coast. The area got taped off while police investigated the incident, which has caused a stir in the local community. I mean,
I'm not buying
they're saying that the discoveries like this at the petrol stations are pretty common. I guess in
Finding penises
and-
at a gas station is common.
not necessarily penises, but in 2021, they said that a body of a man aged in his 20s was located.
Well, but was
at
his
this
penis
gas
intact?
station.
So what's common then?
Finding bodies and
bodies and body parts, I guess.
yes, at this particular gas station.
Hmm.
I'm not buying this. The story doesn't cite a news source other than Boing Boing and Daily Star. It doesn't refer to, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't go to like a local place.
Right. You think something like that would make local news, at least headlines. Mm.
I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm saying I'm not buying it because that's a crazy story that a penis was found in a parking lot.
Maybe this is a hot spot for like lot lizards. And one trucker was like, "Hey, baby, you here for a good time?" And this lady, this lot lizard, climbs into the truck, and then the dude finds out that it's a dude, and he's like, "Ow, no, you've got a dong," and then slices it off, and then tosses it out the window, and then continues carrying his load to Birmingham. I don't know.
And I would think the Mobile Police Department would have this on their site, like on their Facebook or something.
Oh, they got nothing on there either.
Not that I can see.
Fake news.
And they're keeping it hush hush until they know more.
Oh, yeah, it's the Russians.
Hey, we don't know whose penis this is. If anybody has details, let us know.
Or they're probably looking at the tapes trying to investigate that truck. Kind of like the Idaho murders.
Which
they
was
were being
what?
quiet
All
until
over
they
the-
had more.
It was all over the news.
But they weren't saying what they had. That's why like the parents were being so disgruntled.
So
at
Daily
the
Star,
time.
some
Right,
some weird
tabloid.
rag got the break.
Well, they're the only
I'm
ones
just saying-
running with it.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying, right? It's a great story.
Well, Lindsay, I'll see your severed schlong and raise you a giant dildo. Shoplifter caught trying to steal a giant 30-inch dildo. This happens in West Hollywood at the Circus of Books, which was formerly known as Chi Chi LaRue's. It's not really important, but it's a funny name nonetheless. So the video's on her Facebook page, and they say that this drunken patron stumbles into the Circus of Books. You see him walking around a little bit, and then they go over and they wrap both arms around this giant 30-inch black dildo and then just walk right on out the door with it. But one of the employees, Marcus Blackwell, says that they were ready like Freddy. His quote. They went out there, they chased the person down, they retrieved the big black schlong, and they brought it back and they put it back on display where they picked it up at. Now, they didn't say whether they called the cops or anything like that, but they did say that this big black rubber wiener can be yours for $699.95.
Wow.
So 30 inches, damn near to a doorknob, right?
Uh-huh.
Doorknob's 36 inches.
Yeah.
That's not even the story. The story is how girthy it is.
Boy, it's massive. I've got the measurements right here. This massive black is 30 inches. It says here that it measures at 30.7 inches, so that's the height.
Yeah.
And 6.88 inches wide at the base, and then 11 inches wide at the
end.
The end.
So it's, I mean,
testicle area.
It's like a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, it's a big bitch. It is huge. That is not for use. That's strictly for display.
In the video, she grabs it with one arm and it almost falls off. That's how top.
It's a big one. It's a honker.
Yeah. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, do you know how much it is?
How much, price wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, $699.95 plus tax.
I go to a sex shop and I'm like, $30.
Yeah, right. I'm not going to spend $700 for something that'll just sit in the corner and get dusty.
A lot of people, it's payday today, and you're like, "Whoo, dog, been safe."
Valentine's Day's coming up.
Hey man, we're going out. Can't saving up. Got to get a sex toy. Would you rather get your ass beat once a day, every day for the rest of your life in front of your spouse and kids, or go to prison for 2 years? Lindsay.
Go to prison for 2 years.
So you wouldn't miss your 2 years of your kid's football game?
Yeah. I don't want to get my ass beat
2 years of
every
birthdays?
day.
2 years of Christmases?
I mean, how bad are we talking? How much pain am I going to be in?
Doesn't matter. You're
How
just
much
getting your ass beat.
suffering?
Doesn't matter.
An ass beat hurts.
Yeah. Like, am I going to have a busted eye? Am I going to be able to see? Am I going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how bad is this beat down?
Yes, to all those questions. It's an ass
Yeah.
beating.
So just give me prison for 2 years.
Okay, Gimpy.
Take the ass beating. I think that after the first week or two, you just become numb to it. You come to expect it. All right. You're like, all right, 2:00, time for my daily ass beating. Wife, kids, come on, gather around. Dad's about to get his ass kicked. And then let him take 5-10 minutes out of their day to whoop my ass and beat me to a bloody pulp. All right, Frank, see you tomorrow about the same time, same ass kicking time. And then walk about my way,
Yeah. I feel like I'm picking the ass kicking too, because logistically, okay, a couple factors here. One, logistically, who are you going to find someone to show up every day? It ain't happening.
Right.
It ain't happening. You got haircuts.
Right.
You got doctor's appointments. You got that Zoom meeting.
Well, I mean, there's a lot that can go into it. One, it could be a different person every day.
Sure.
Right. And it doesn't matter what you're doing. Let's just say you're getting your haircut at 2:00 and it's time for your ass kicking. Well, you're getting your ass kicking in the middle of your haircut, or you're going to have to pause to get your ass kicking.
Yeah.
And then go back to your haircut.
I'm not saying me have the haircut. I'm saying people, life happens, right?
Okay.
And then what if the guy that, let's just say it's one person and he does it for 5 years and then he gets hit by a car and dies? Then what? Do you have an open call? Right? Let's say it's volunteer and people are like, well, I want to kick Corbin's ass. Great. That's going to work good for about the first year or so. And then people are like, okay. And maybe people are going to show up and watch. And then after a while, all right, enough's enough.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel like the ass kicking is the pick.
However, what if the ass kicking is so bad that one day you're getting your ass kicked and it causes internal bleeding and you don't even know it, and then you end up dying from the ass
Well,
kicking?
then your ass beating is done because it's for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and they're going to jail for murder at that point.
But you're dead.
So will they be. And insurance premium. Come on. Oh, good. Right? To me, there's just too much logistics with the ass kicking every day. And you're going to go to jail and get your ass kicked every day.
True statement.
Maybe not.
There's a good chance you're going to have to change who you are as an individual to go to jail for 2 years. You're going to have to jeopardize your virtues.
Either way, something is happening with your ass.
If you've heard me talk about jacuzzis, butt soup.
Yeah, you're not a fan.
They're disgusting. Well, the CDC has issued a statement about them because of the high infection bacteria that is in public jacuzzis. E. coli, lots of vowels and stuff in these words that I'm not going to say. Pathogens can cause gut can also text BMMS and what you want to say to 82945. See what Gimpy has in his 4x4.
Well, Corbin, it says here that Buttigieg finally visited the Ohio toxic train derailment site. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg finally visiting the site of the toxic train derailment in Ohio. He will meet with the community members of East Palestine and get an update on the federal investigation of the Norfolk Southern derailment. The crash earlier this month resulted in the release of toxic chemicals and temporarily forced the evacuation of thousands of residents.
This is just my opinion. I don't care who visits. Clean it up.
Right. That's the main thing right there. Let's get this toxicity out of our city.
Showing up is just grandstanding.
Pretty much, I guess. It says here that JB's administration cuts some mortgage fees and housing affordability crisis. The change was announced yesterday and will save an estimated $850,000 low and middle income and first-time buyers an average of $800 on home financing costs. It'll lower the annual premium on mortgage insurance premiums for new borrowers who get loans insured by the Federal Housing Administration. Those changes take effect on March 20th. It says here that China will face consequences if it deepens relations with Russia on Ukraine. Deputy Pentagon Press Secretary, that's a hell of a title for Sabrina Singh. She told reporters that China will face consequences should they provide materials to support the Kremlin. She said that China has yet to do so, but they haven't taken the option off the table. She also called Russia's decision to suspend a key nuclear arms treaty with the U.S., quote, unfortunate and irresponsible. And lastly here, the bill to restrict drag queen behavior advances in the Oklahoma House.
Oh, my gosh.
It says a bill to restrict how drag queens or adult cabaret performers behave in public has moved and is moving forward in the Oklahoma House of Representatives. The House Judiciary Criminal Committee voted to advance the amended House Bill 2186, which would allow for drag performers to be in a public space and at public events, but their performances can be policed by local jurisdictions when it comes to certain aspects of their performance.
A lot of vagueness there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a lot more in the article. I'm just only going to give you the first couple of lines.
Oh, okay.
We're on time.
Sure.
Alabama's Brandon Miller will continue to play for the Crimson Tide despite an ongoing police investigation that linked him to a murder committed last month. Police testified that Miller brought former teammate Darius Miles a handgun that was used to kill a woman. Alabama's athletic director said that collectively we decided Brandon was able to play following some new information that impacted the school's decision. He added that Miller never left his vehicle and was not involved in the collection of the weapon. The freshman forward is a projected lottery pick in this year's NBA draft. So they're allowing him to remain on the team and play, even though he is the one responsible.
No, there's speculation that he did. The police have said he's not. The university has said his lawyers even said he never got out of the car.
Mm-hmm.
But it was his gun.
Again, that has not been solidified. And I think they're doing diligence until it is proven.
Which
until
makes
all
sense.
that's on the up and up.
Mm-hmm.
I say until he shouldn't be able to play.
So
you're
you're guilty until proven innocent.
Well, I mean, this is serious. It was his gun that he already
that's
said it was his gun, though.
Again, but how did he get the gun is the question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, it's just crazy.
I'd like to think, though, the people that oversee all that are not going to let someone who provided a weapon for a murder to play in a basketball game. I'd like to think that.
Mm-hmm. And that's your Balls to the Wall Sports. I'm Lindsay on 97.5 KMOD.
Balls to the Wall Sports is powered by Miller Lite.
The deodorant are not the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Antiperspirant stops you from sweating. Deodorant covers up the smell of sweating.
Yeah.
Which do you prefer?
I don't wear it
at all.
Right.
You Mr. Sneaky Pits all day, every day, huh?
I mean, I don't stink.
Okay. I guess it helps to do something.
I don't stink.
Even after when you're rolling around. at
No, I
the,
mean, if I'm like doing yard work or
Okay.
sweating it up, yes, of course.
I have to put deodorant on every day. And if I don't, like, because there's been times that I forget, I've had to go and buy a small little travel size stick for here because I'm like, I feel weird. I feel weird without any on. And then I feel like I can smell it.
Mhm.
Do you shave your armpit hair?
I trim. I don't shave.
Right.
Yeah. I don't shave bald down like a lady or whatever. But yeah, I knock that stuff down. But yeah, that seems to be a trend nowadays where ladies are letting it grow out like man length armpit hairs and like dyeing it or just letting it be.
Dyeing it.
And I find that the most disgusting thing ever.
I don't think that that's common.
I don't think it is either. I think maybe it's like a handful of people.
Okay.
Some people are doing it.
Mm.
I didn't learn until like in my 40s to trim my armpit hair.
Oh, absolutely. You have to. You get all poking out like you got buckwheat in a headlock.
No one ever told me.
Or shave down yonder.
I've talked about that.
Trim that as well. You stinking ass.
Yeah, it looks like an
musty
abandoned house. Yeah. Humans do use 100% of your brain.
What? I mean,
It's a
that's
myth that
special
you.
pill?
It's a myth that you use only 10%. Your brain can't handle walking and using your smartphone at the same time.
You can't handle walking, and I do it every day.
Your brain can't handle walking and using your smartphone at the same time. This says each activity uses the same cognitive functions. So you can be walking along, looking at Twitter, and not notice that the moving object coming toward you is a car.
Yeah, because you got your face buried in the phone. Pay attention. Look up every now and
But you
again.
can talk on the phone
Yeah.
and do it, right?
If you're looking ahead.
The one who walks straight into a passerby because we're busy texting. Try not to be that person because your brain can't handle it.
I guess it makes sense. I always chalked it up to just dirt not looking, not paying attention because you're busy looking at your phone.
Yeah, you're not paying attention because you can't.
Mhm.
Right.
Remember the limits of 3 in human endurance. You can go 3 minutes without air, 3 hours in extreme conditions without shelter,
Wow.
3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. Assuming you're breathing, then your priorities in a survival situation are shelter, water, food, in that order.
Interesting.
Which explains why Naked and Afraid is only 21 days.
Yeah.
Because you might be doing a 21-day starvation. Have you watched some of those specials about people that do deep water diving and how long they hold their air?
Well, I know they can hold it for a damn long time. Very impressive.
It's crazy. And then the whole they can't come to the surface too fast type of thing because they'll die.
Yeah.
Right.
I try to do sports that don't involve a chance of me dying. That's just me being a beta. I just try not to do that type of thing. Right.
Hold your breath and dive to the bottom of the ocean.
I think we all know this one. You can't extinguish an oil fire with water.
No.
Yeah, about that.
Use a blanket or flour or something. This one's awesome. Any month that begins on a Sunday will have a Friday the 13th.
Okay, I've heard that before. Yeah.
World War I officially ended on October 3rd, 2010. World War I officially ended on October 3rd, 2010. So next time you're at the bar trying to strung up some conversation, let that be one for you. Apparently, that was the day Germany paid its final reparations under the Treaty of Versailles.
Wow. And we had a whole nother World War after that. It was like,
I'm still trying to do this one.
Real,
Yeah.
That Germany, man, just like a bunch of plates in the air.
All right.
The Huffington Post has a list of the rudest things to avoid when you're visiting someone's home, like things you shouldn't do, right?
Okay.
Touching or moving things.
Well, yeah.
Oh, so like I'm guilty of this though. Like if a picture
I'm shocked.
if a picture is crooked hanging on the wall, I'll
It's-
straighten it
Why?
No.
Why? It's not yours.
Exactly.
because I'm sure that it wasn't supposed to be crooked.
You don't know that. Some people like things off kilter like that.
I'll even mention it. I mean, fix that.
Oh, that's rude. That's like, like the cliche of like a mom coming in like, your pictures aren't straight.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Ma.
Another one. Expecting a tour.
Oh, yeah.
You don't walk in and be like, give me a tour.
No, I don't.
I totally do. I love snooping
don't-
around.
Because I don't want someone to do that to me. Because what if your bedrooms aren't clean or the bathroom's not clean?
Then they'll let you know.
Yeah.
Furthermore, Susan, they shouldn't be having company over if that's the case. Bedroom, maybe. Right? Bathrooms, though, clean that ass up if you're having company come over.
Another one. Overstaying your welcome.
Right.
How long? What's the good amount of time to stay at someone's house?
Depends on what the activity is.
Yeah.
Let's say dinner.
Oh, okay.
Couple hours.
2 hours after dinner. After 2 hours.
So you show up at 6, 8, get out.
Mm-hmm. Because now it's time for the family to wind down.
Yeah.
And start doing their own nightly routine.
And I think it depends on who it is too. Like you always know, I think, depending on which friend it is.
Snooping.
Oof.
Yeah.
Going opening the cabinet.
Yeah, you
to
don't
look
do
through the
that.
medicine cabinet. You feel like you give the vibe that you do that.
No, I don't do that.
Okay, it's not an insult. I'm just saying
Yeah.
it gives a vibe.
Why? What gives
Because you're
you that
nosy.
vibe?
You're very nosy.
What makes me nosy?
Well, you'll walk into a room when a conversation's happening going, wait, what are we talking about?
Oh.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You love knowing other people's gossip?
Yeah. I'll watch those gossip shows.
No, I'm talking
they're
like
there
personal
for.
gossip. I'm not talking about TV shows.
Yeah, if we're here, I don't want to miss out on anything for sure.
Yeah, that's nosy.
Yeah.
Bringing an uninvited +1.
Yeah. Because now you're forcing the other people to like entertain somebody they don't know. It just makes
Right. Or
everything.
don't
Yeah.
like.
Exactly. And it's not your place to be inviting somebody else over.
Feeding their dog.
Huh? Oh, like table scraps or something?
I think that's what they mean,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you'd be like, where's your chow chow so I can put it in the
Mhm.
bowl? Yeah. Some people do that. Some people think that because they feed their dogs table scraps or popcorn or whatever,
Yeah.
that they can do that with your dog.
That's good that your dog's stomach has adapted to that. But now you're going to make your friend's dog crap all over their house because it's not used to that.
Showing up empty-handed.
I don't think that's that bad. I mean, do I have to bring potato salad every time I come over?
No?
Exactly.
No, I always take something.
Yeah. I always take a bottle of wine.
Okay.
Always, always.
All right. I usually got my medicine on me, so that just works out perfectly.
Yeah, but that's not extra, right? Like I said, it's like offering him a cigarette.
Right. I don't have to share with you, though. That's the thing. I don't have to.
Yes, but you're not going out of your way is the point, right?
Listen, I'm the guy that goes to Walmart and gets the cookies for the potluck that we're having here at work, okay? You expect more from me?
Yeah, I think if you go to someone's house and they're making, like, let's just say dinner still,
Mhm.
you got to take something.
Yeah.
I did. I brought
Even
my
a
appetite.
dessert or wine, whatever.
Yeah.
Something.
It's just manners, Gimpy, right?
Right. Yeah, sure.
No?
Listen, y'all invited me over. Okay, cool. I'll come over and have dinner. That's all right. Doesn't mean I have to bring a bottle of wine or a 6-pack or a bottle of anything for that fact. That's that. Unless you say so. Hey, BYOB, bring a bottle, bring a side item. We'll get the main course. That happens to me a lot. We got the main courses. Come on over for barbecue, whatever. Bring a side item. All right, cool. Tater salad it is.
Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS. And then what you want to say to the phone number 82945. What do you have, Lindsay?
Harvey Weinstein is going to court today. He's going to be sentenced
Again?
Yeah, for the 2013 rape of an actress. He's already in prison, but yeah, he could receive the maximum penalty of 24 years with no eligibility for parole.
I'm curious to what is the years he already has tacked on.
He's already been sentenced to 23 years.
Yeah.
Be 50 something.
Yeah.
Gimpy, what do you have?
Well, while you're at the website that rocks, KMOD.com, getting your tickets for our 50th anniversary concert, it's a contest page. You can get free tickets that way.
Thank you, Gimpy. We going to do a little conspiracy theory Thursday. This is a pretty fun one. It has to do with Jeffrey Epstein. About a year ago, Mark Middleton was found dead on his ranch in Arkansas. And he was an aide to President Clinton, apparently had ties to Jeffrey Epstein. They're saying he died of suicide.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you're going to go with the Clinton. Listen to how he died by suicide.
All right.
Gunshot.
I was going to say the gun rose up and shot itself at him.
Gunshot wound to the chest and an extension cord tying his neck to a tree.
Mm.
So I don't know much about how suicide works other than you choose to end your life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there are other ways to do it. It feels like there wouldn't be very many where the person tied themselves to a tree by the neck.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a noose up above. That's to the tree behind.
Mm-hmm.
And then put a gunshot wound to the chest.
Okay, so because the way I was thinking is like maybe this dumbass used an electrical extension cord to hang himself like a traditional hanging would happen, but that didn't work because it's stretchy. So the gun was the backup method as to I'm out of here. But if you're saying it wasn't from a branch, it was like tied to the tree.
It doesn't say a noose, right? A noose, not in a noose. Thank you. It says an extension cord tying his neck to a tree.
Okay.
To me, that sounds like you're standing against the tree and it's tied around your neck and then behind the tree, not up above.
Right. Like nobody wants you to move to get away from said gunshot. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
According to the account by the police, it includes that while officers located a gun case and 3 boxes of buckshots in his BMW SUV, there was no weapon in sight.
Mm.
And the release of the official report comes after his family, which includes his wife and 2 young daughters, petitioned a judge over concerns about the gory photos and videos of the scene being made public. Huh? We'll see those.
Mm-hmm.
In June, a judge determined that while the visual content was to remain sealed, the report would be available under the Freedom of Information Act. In the months since his death, conspiracy theorists have tried to tie Middleton to the Clinton body count or the right-wing theory that Bill and Hillary Clinton have passels of their political opponents killed. The bizarre hypothesis first gained traction, part of an unexpected suicide of Deputy White House Counsel Vince Foster in 1993. Body count truthers were also inflamed when Epstein hanged himself. But
supposedly,
it feels not. Again, I don't know people that have died by suicide. I can't recount stories we've read where there were 2 means happening outside of like alcohol and pills,
right?
Or alcohol and a gunshot,
right? Usually, it's just hanging or just a gunshot. Never the 2.
And I've never heard of a gunshot wound to the chest.
I have. I actually know somebody who took their own life with a gunshot wound to the chest, which I thought was weird because usually it's, at least movies and television, it's always in the head.
Right.
But this guy, old timer, took his revolver.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I mean, that's the second quickest way to go ahead and off yourself as opposed to just blowing your own goddamn head off. Let's just stop the heart.
I mean, I've known people that think doing that on, to the head is a good idea. And then, they don't have their jaw anymore.
Right. Exactly.
So again, if you're putting a gun to the chest, I agree with Gimpy that the tying yourself around, and unless you think you're going to run away.
Right. You're like, I am so committed to this. I don't want any chance. But if that's the case, then Wouldn't you? You could just loosen it up yourself.
Yeah.
then.
Exactly.
You're like, you get the gun into your chest, and you're like, oh, wait a minute.
And I apologize if this is, triggering some people that talk about suicide in great detail.
Mm.
And I can understand that. But the links you go to, this feels not, there would be other ways to do it.
Right.
So far as like just suicide?
Yes, than to do these two manners.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. OD on pills, run your car off into a ravine. There's many different ways to do it.
When you why would this be better than like driving your car off a ravine? I guess you'd be fearing hurting other people, but you're hurting other people this way. His family's traumatized.
Yeah, regardless, you're going to hurt other people, no matter how you do it. And they're really, I guess, this way, so you can be found, as opposed to running your car off a cliff. There's no telling, there's a lot of investigation that goes on. We'll just use this Mark guy, for example. Mark's wife calls the police. Mark's been missing for a couple of days. So they got to start searching for him. So now you've got all these volunteers out in fields kind of wandering around looking for him. You know what I'm saying? And so maybe it's just one of those, I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. So there is a guarantee somebody will find me.
But you said it was buckshots. So that would be a shotgun to the chest. I mean, that'd be a hard.
Kurt Cobain did all right with it.
Yeah, right. Well, here's the thing, Lindsay. You're thinking of a full-length shotgun.
Yeah.
Think of a sawed-off with a pistol grip.
Okay.
You've got much less room to, have to worry about it.
True.
You totally could pull it off with one of those type of shotguns.
And they said they never found the weapon.
The report showed that.
Okay.
That's what I find is bizarre.
So who was there to take the weapon?
When why would get deemed a suicide at that point?
Right.
If they can't find a weapon.
Exactly. Well, no weapon, no murder.
That's true. That's true.
Yes.
I was like, all right. But at the same time, if it's a suicide, there's going to be a weapon there. And if he's out in we'll just say the woods or on his property, he was on his property, say, right? I don't see a bear or a mountain lion, a big old bobcat or anything like that, just wandering off with what's this? All right. Fresh meal prepared for me. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take this gun instead. I'll hunt my own food.
So listen to this. You tell me, this is a comment that I think is interesting. Is it a coincidence that there are more than half a dozen deaths of known Clinton associates who could place the former president and former first lady behind jail? Is that a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? I'm just going to dumb it down. Is it a coincidence people die?
Yeah, but the amount of people that are tied to these two folks dying. Now, I just did the quick search and the wiki that comes up for the Clinton body count. There's 8 to 10 people there.
Right. But an association, like, for example, Vince Foster, he was an attorney. Did he ever have interactions with them? Do you see what I'm saying? Like the way to associate and try to not deal with this from a political standpoint, like try to think of it like the connecting the dots. When you have somebody of higher power,
right?
The people that they're quote associated with or a part of their administration is a giant web. That doesn't mean they interacted with them or knew the finer ins and outs
right,
of whatever corruption was happening or accused corruption.
You are absolutely right, but I have watched enough television to know that one lowly intern, right, comes across something that they shouldn't have seen. And, it's working for one person that is directly underneath these two. And this person's underneath that person. And that person finds something that they're not supposed to see. Well, now we got to take them out. We got to take out this lowly intern that didn't know S from F because they seen something that they shouldn't have. At least according to television.
Sure. Sure. The idea, too, of things like this, conspiracies in general, bodes to like narcissism. Like, I know something you don't. I'm aware of something you aren't.
Oh, so you're talking like
people that buy into them, right?
The theorists themselves.
Yeah.
Got it.
And so I'm not saying this in general is true or not.
Right.
I'm just talking about the overall scope of all of it. And to imply that in this example that Gimpy gave, whether it's accurate or not, an intern coming across like derp, I left my backpack in the office.
Right.
And, some high level corruption is happening at the intern's desk or near where the intern is. Typically, people of power, their offices aren't near people of low level.
Right.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you're right. I used intern as an example, but it could be anybody. It could be a secretary. It could be, you see what I'm saying? And it could have been like, we'll just say Joe was like, hey, I need you to get this file off of my desk and bring it to me. And Joe was a dumbass and left all these different, classified documents on his desk.
And why isn't Joe dead?
Not thinking about it. Well, Joe's too important right now. We need Joe because he's helping us in this one certain facet. But Joe will die as soon as we're done with him. So I could see it. Like somebody like stumbled across something. They're like, oh, hey, you shouldn't have seen that.
Somebody texted in, maybe the cocaine bear took the gun. Dude, I saw a thing for Cocaine Bear about, there's that movie, for those who know, it's a movie about a bear that comes across some cocaine and gets high. And by the way, this is a true story.
Yeah.
And that people are kind of upset, or some small group of people are upset that it's glamorizing cocaine use. And I have not seen the movie. I have seen the trailer. I understand the concept, but I hardly think a bear doing cocaine is glamorizing it.
Well, they're upset because there's scenes in the film where there's kids that are doing cocaine in it.
Derp, kids do cocaine.
Yeah. It's true.
Like 8-year-olds?
I don't know how old they are, but I guess
kids is a pretty broad term.
Yeah.
17 makes you a kid.
Right.
And that's okay.
Yeah. And I know that I've seen the trailer myself, and I know that there is a teen, and I think there is probably looks to be about 10 or 11 years old in the film as well.
But I mean, I am sure, good God, how this has shifted. I am sure there are kids in Colombia that do cocaine.
I don't know. That feels like a shoemaker knew a shoe type of thing. Like
maybe so.
In Colombia, they're like, we get it.
It's just part of the lifestyle, man. It's like, hey, everybody around here does the coke, man. We're all working for Pablo.
We had someone here who was from Colombia, never was around cocaine, never did cocaine.
That you know of.
Okay.
That
I had
you
no
know
reason. Sure.
Because you only see her at work. How many
Mr.
times?
Skeptic.
I'm just saying.
I saw her outside work. She was
at work functions. We don't know what she's doing at home.
Because people only do cocaine at home.
I'm just saying. When you're banging the boss's son, you're not going to bring your coke habit to work with you. You're going to say.
By the way, he's not jumping off a cliff there on that one.
My whole thing about cocaine, how would you like to be poor Ray Liotta? Like, that was his last film before he died.
Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear.
I don't know. It's going to be a pretty.
It's going to be
I don't know
big.
why you say it so negative like that.
You think? I mean, Cocaine Bear, Ray Liotta, this big time actor, and Cocaine Bear is his last film.
Look at Goodfellas. That whole movie was based on cocaine.
Yeah, I don't understand why are you dogging it? Because it's a silly movie.
Yes.
Okay.
He can't do silly movies. Maybe he always wanted to do a silly movie. Maybe the pickings weren't, plush.
That's
and so he
true.
was like, I'll take whatever I can get.
Right. I need money for
I like
doctor bills
acting.
because I'm dying.
So I'm going to take whatever gig I can get.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if this is your last stand, they'll be like, can you imagine Lindsay's last stand is the Big Mad Morning Show? Do what you got to do, girl. It's not like he was schlepping porn. Not even that would be bad.
No.
It's not like he was schlepping child porn. How about that?
There you go. There you go.
It's a stupid movie about a bear doing cocaine.
Yeah.
Going on a rampage.
Which I'll probably watch it when it's
Totally.
out of theaters and on regular television for sure.
People are downplaying it like it's Sharknado.
Yeah.
Sharknado was ridiculous.
Yeah, but we watched it anyway.
Some people did,
because
yes.
of the absurdity behind it.
Yes, this is not even that.
Yeah, and Piranha 3 Double D. Come on now.
So hold on, this is insane. But blue people that are like 8 feet tall that live on another planet, totally normal.
I don't watch that.
Avatar? Okay, well, most of society does,
Nah.
Miss Goody Two Shoes.
Not my
Or a movie about a guy who can fly around the world in a single leap and bound.
Yes. Turn back time.
It's a movie. One of my favorite Kevin Costner quotes of all time about the movies he did was they were giving him hell about how one of the players stood in the box, and they're like, that's not how he stood. And he goes, what are you talking about? We have players coming back from death from a cornfield.
Right.
And you're nitpicking how his batting stance wasn't accurate? All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back.
More of the
That show negates her hotness.
I can turn it down.
It doesn't matter. You still got all those other
Doesn't
dorks.
matter.
David from Roseanne and, the old Sheldon. And I'm just like, yeah.
Her and David are the best characters on that show.
I'll give you that. But for the most part, the show is.
By the way, there's some people right now just so twisted up. I didn't pick the Bazing guy or whatever.
Whatever
I
his
don't
name
even know
is.
his name.
I never watched either one of those.
I find that shocking.
Yeah. I pick Roseanne over either one of those.
I figured
Well-
you would
Shows.
be in that market there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think you're off a couple decades with Roseanne.
No, or the Connors. I'll watch the Connors over.
Again,
Either
I think the
one.
Connors came way late, like almost at the very end
Oh,
Yeah.
the Big Bang?
of Big Bang. Yeah.
Okay.
And the other one that she was on with John Ritter. yeah.
Parents?
No.
Rules dating my teenage
Yes,
daughter, something
yes.
like that. 16
Nice.
rules to dating my teenage daughter
Yes.
or something. Yeah.
Yes.
Had Peggy Bundy in it as well.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know that show either.
Yeah, that one was good. Because she played the blonde daughter that you like from
Yeah.
Big Bang. She played his daughter on that.
8 Simple Rules was
Yes,
the name
that
of
was
it.
it.
He
And,
doubled
I
it.
had to check it. That was a good
16.
series. That was a good
36
series.
rules.
It was.
How many rules you need to date your teenage daughter
Yeah.
is, arbitrary. This
Infinite.
guy needed 8. I need like 32.
Eight. What were the rules of the show for dating the
I
daughter?
don't think they ever said.
I don't either.
Oh, come
I
on.
don't think they ever said.
Come on.
No, I don't think they ever did.
There had to have been. There had to have been rules, right?
Surely. All right. Here we go. All right.
That you found it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it had to have been
There
widely
actually
known.
were.
There's a wiki here, so give me just a minute
Okay.
because it says something like bring her home before midnight or something like that.
To me, if you name a show that, it's gotta. There better be at some point you play that out,
Mm.
right? You know,
Right.
Smallville, the TV show Smallville took place
All right.
in Smallville, right?
Sure.
Roseanne, it was about Roseanne,
Mm.
right? They
So-
had to rename it the Connors because Roseanne wasn't on it anymore.
right.
Like, "Ooh, you can't get in here, you racist bitch." All right, so here's the rules. 8 simple rules for dating my teenage daughter.
From the
Use-
show.
From the show.
Okay.
Use your hands on my daughter and you'll lose them after. That's rule number 1.
John Ritter is hardly that guy.
Right?
Really.
He might be the nicest character ever on any show, ever.
But that's what they want us to believe.
I think only
What?
one time he played a character that was really bad, evil.
Okay.
He mostly was the good golly G guy.
Wow, even on Problem Child, he was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Was.
He was like he could have been on SNL. Like he was a what do they call it when a comedian they like hurt themselves and stuff like that? He's that type of comedian.
Okay. Like Chris Farley was,
Chris
where
Farley,
he'd fall over on tables and it wouldn't bother him any at all.
Yeah.
But that's what they want you to believe. Maybe deep down inside, he's really just a mean
Sure,
asshole.
who he is off screen is,
Yeah.
but we're talking about the character.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. The character is like, oh, we're such a nice guy or whatever, 99% of the time, but you get that 1% that's never shown.
But
you know,
it's kind of like when Kevin Hart threatens you, you go, come on, man.
Yeah.
You don't know he's this badass muscle guy.
right.
Right?
All right. So number 2, you make her cry, I make you cry.
Again, not on brand with John Ritter.
Number 3, safe sex is a myth. Anything you try will be hazardous to your health.
That's just bad parenting. That's just, I mean, they're going to have sex, right? So now you're turning them away from practicing safe sex.
Right now, they're going to do it just to spite you,
Yeah.
Dad.
Well, it's not safe.
He's going to raw dog it just to spite your dad.
God, that word is so awesome. I hate it and love it at the same time.
All right. So number 4, you're looking at bring her home late. There's no next date. Notice how everything rhymes with these rules.
That's on John Ritter brand.
Yeah. Number 5, if you pull into my driveway and honk, you better be dropping off a package because you're sure not picking up anything else.
Who delivers stuff to your house? Who delivers stuff in honks?
I don't know.
No,
Usually they
UPS?
knock on the
No,
door,
no one.
ring a doorbell.
For us,
something like
DoorDash?
Right.
Domino's in the time? Like that? No, that's not a
Sure.
thing.
that. It says alternative rule number 5, only delivery men honk, dates ring the doorbell once. That was his alternative to the number 5.
Okay.
Honking.
Oh, okay.
All right, so number 6, no complaining while you're waiting for her. If you're bored, change my oil. Change, not check.
Mm.
I don't know. If you know who John Ritter was, he might mean.
You know, he
Something
did play a
completely
little
different.
fruity fruit on Three's Company.
Word?
At least to Mr. Furley, Mr. Roper, he
They
was.
believed
he was,
Yeah,
yes.
Number 7, if your pants hang off your hips, I'll gladly secure them with my staple gun.
Mm.
Yes.
Dick.
Assault.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, not on brand for
Nope,
John Ritter.
not at all.
And lastly here, number 8 for 8 simple rules of dating my teenage daughter. Dates must be in crowded public places. You want romance, read a book.
I like it.
Again, that might be the most on brand of all of them
Yeah.
for John Ritter.
Yeah.
I had to look up whether or not John Ritter ever played a bad guy. And the only one I found was his role in the film Bad Santa. Bob Chapesca.
With Billy Bob Thornton?
Yes.
Was he still alive at that time? I mean,
In
apparently the internet says so, but
2003.
okay.
He was out to expose him for the hard drinking, offensive brute that Billy Bob Thornton's role was.
Sure enough.
Yeah.
Sure enough. And John Ritter died in 2003.
Mhm.
Wow. So shortly after he did that, I guess.
Yeah.
How about that?
I feel like I saw him in a. Because he was in Sling Blade, if I remember correctly, too. Like he was the friend, he was the father of the boy. Was he evil in that?
I don't think so. Maybe.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
But Problem Child, we know him as.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a. Yeah, he played Roy Slade. Is that right?
In
No.
Sling Blade? No.
No. Oh, he was the priest.
Mm.
That feels on brand for John Ritter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who had John Ritter on there? What they'll talk about today? Bingo card.
Yeah, not me.
Nobody. I found some myths about serial killers.
Oh, fun.
All serial killers are men. That is a myth.
Well, yeah.
Reality is that it's just not true. As of late of 1998, a highly regarded former FBI profiler said there are no female serial killers. The news and entertainment media also perpetrate the stereotypes that all serial killer offenders are male, not engage in horrible acts of violence. The lethality of a female is most often portrayed as the manipulated victim of a dominant male.
Mm.
The reality concerning the gender of serial killers is quite different from the mythology of it. There have been many more male serial killers than females throughout history. The presence of female serial killers is well documented in crime data. We pointed that out when we did our list the other week.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, approximately 17% of all serial killer homicides in the U.S. are committed by women. Only 10% of total murders in the U.S. are committed by women. Therefore, relative to men, women present a larger percentage of serial murders than all the other homicide cases in the U.S. How about that? All serial killers are Caucasian. That is a myth as well. They span all racial and ethnic groups. The racial diversity of serial killers is. Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. Conspiracy Theory Thursday. The next one I have is kind of along the same lines, like why would people do what they do or say what they say? But this is about Madeleine McCann. If you don't know who that is, she is a little girl that went missing from a resort in France. And her parents were at this resort with family and friends. And it was the kind of resort where you have like your own little like condo townhome thing.
Right.
And they were at like a next door kind of down the way, down like 2 or 3 townhomes from theirs, eating dinner. And their kid was in the, I can't remember if she had brothers or sisters, and in the room sleeping. It was at night. And went and checked on her. She was fine. Went back, guzzle, whatever. Came back. Kid was gone.
Yeah.
They don't know what happened to her. Mm-hmm. They can't find her. They have no idea where she is. And it's, if you've never seen it, it's the The documentary is called "The Disappearance of Madeleine McCann," and it's incredibly fascinating. Nobody knows anything about what happened to this 3-year-old girl when she went missing from this resort back in, I don't even remember the year that it was. But this woman has come forward and said that she is her.
Really?
This girl's name, Juliana Fastiana.
Hmm.
She is claiming to be this British girl who went missing in 2007. She would be 19, by the way. Madeleine would be right now. And so this girl, she says she's an aspiring musician who has claimed on Instagram she is the missing British girl. And she has talked about her life a little bit, and she doesn't have any pictures of her mom being pregnant with her. There are some similarities between the two and how they look. One in particular for me that stands out is the young 3-year-old has a skin blemish under her eye. This girl also has the exact same blemish under her eye.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else matches up, eye color, hair color, all that other stuff, which hair color, whatever. But everything else matches up pretty well from that standpoint.
And there's a cowlick in her hairline too.
Hair cowlick, yeah.
Yeah.
So that does add up. But other than that, that's it. There's no other. So, question, you got to do a DNA test. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Let's back up. You're the McCann's family, and you hear this. How do you not get excited?
Absolutely.
Now, 19 years, you have learned to compartmentalize a lot of it.
So far as the parents?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it wouldn't be the first time a call probably came in like we think we have a lead or whatever.
Yeah.
And now you're like, well, do I do a DNA test? Can I go through the torment of waiting for the answer and be disappointed? Because statistically, not her.
Right. Yeah, I guess you would. I mean, in hopes that, it is the person that you're looking for. You just got to expect that, there's a good chance this isn't it. It's one of those don't get your hopes up sort of things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at a side-by-side picture of this Madeleine McCann and Julia Fastia as young children. They don't look anything alike.
Well, no, she's 3 and now they're 21. A lot of 3-year-olds don't look anything like a 21-year-old.
No, I'm talking about side by side. They're both the same age, 3 years old.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? And they don't look anything alike at all whatsoever. This Madeleine gal's eyeballs are way bigger. The Juliana Fastiana's eyeballs are a lot more slim. One is white, a lot more paler than the other one. Okay, which, all right, cool. Yeah, they stuck this one out in the sun and let it bake for a little bit longer. But that doesn't explain the eyeballs. Okay.
But when
the
it goes,
nose is a different shape. The one they say is Madeleine McCann. It's kind of a short, kind of a broadened little nose.
Yeah.
And the other one is a little bit more slim.
I hear you. I've done all this too. The problem with doing something like this is are both pictures taken the exact same way at the same angle with their heads tilted or whatever, right? But the point I'm trying to make right now is that do you go through with it? Do you follow through and go through the torment and then wait and then have to get the answer and go down this roller coaster again? Now you go with I got to know if it's my kid, but you also know that the chances it's probably not. Why not to me, if you're going to do the test, you wait way further down the line. I'm not going to jump just to do a test.
Right.
Let the police do some investigating. Can the parents validate? Is there a record of birth from a hospital?
Right.
Before I do some sort of meet with this person and do a DNA test. Have the police interviewed her? Have the police interviewed her parents and the people around? Let that process work out before I'm going to go through the torment of doing the DNA test or even having to meet this person.
Yeah.
And the points Gibby's making are all excellent points on whether this is the person or not, and most likely probably not. So now go to the thing of what kind of psychopath does this to somebody? that their kid is missing. And then you go, I'm that person.
Right. Then you might have a mental issue yourself.
There's another movie called The Imposter. It's a fantastic documentary on Netflix, and it is about this little boy who goes, you're like, how does this happen? And everything adds up just like to a T. I mean, everybody's like, this is the kid. We don't know how the kid got to Europe, but this is the kid. And they bring the kid to America, meet with the family, and the family's like, that ain't him.
Mm-hmm.
It was some kid who got arrested that was a grown man who posed as this kid because he saw the facts come across to get out of going to jail. Spoiler.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's an unbelievable documentary. So people like that motivation, I can wrap my head around. Why would you fake to be somebody that's gone missing? That I can wrap it's not okay.
Right.
But I can wrap my head around it. This just because you want to be internet famous?
Right.
You're right.
She said she's trying to be a singer or something. She's trying to get her 15 minutes.
Yeah. Or she's never had any parents, known any parents, is longing to find some parents.
Right.
And is like, hey, maybe, possibly, I could. I've got blonde hair too. I happen to have this weird mark under my eyeball. Huh.
Yeah.
She says her boyfriend, like it was becoming a point of contention because she wouldn't come forward. And her boyfriend's like, then we can't be together. You're robbing that, like.
I think he sees a TV movie out the deal and he realizes he's not getting any cash and is like, well, I can't be with you anymore.
Yeah, maybe. Not all people are motivated that way, but maybe.
Yeah. I mean, she says she has no recollection of her young childhood. Like there's no pictures of my mom being pregnant with me. And she said, maybe they're lying to me about my age.
Maybe she was a prom night dumpster baby. Because that happens.
Yeah.
That happens. Where girls will have a baby on prom night, throw it in the trash can and go back outside dancing. I've read that story before.
Or maybe when her parents were on holiday one year, she was taken from a hotel room and sold to a desperate family wanting to have a baby of their own and couldn't. And she's actually Madeline McCann.
It's also the overlook and the parents took off and didn't even think about it. It was like, that is what it is.
Doubtful. I don't think that happens a lot.
Nah.
Happened to Joe Dirt.
It did happen to Joe Dirt. And there was a story. Have you seen the story in the news about the people that were at the airport and something about their kid and they just left their kid in the airport?
Yeah.
And they got on a plane?
The Indian couple that didn't want to buy their baby a plane ticket.
Yeah, they were going to make them buy a plane ticket. And they're like, well, we'll just leave the kid here. Good luck.
Congratulations, you're a dick.
That's a dick move. It's like, come on, man. I'm sorry, we cannot afford it.
Everybody's got a different definition of being a parent. What can I say?
Right. Hey, they didn't kill the baby, did they?
They left it with adults.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Airports are pretty safe.
Yeah.
Right. Listen, if Tom Hanks can live in one for God knows how long, then so can this little baby.
Do you know that's a true story?
Yes.
That movie's a whole true story, The Terminal?
Absolutely, yes. So if it can happen, it can happen. It work out for that baby.
He didn't get out. And it wasn't in New York, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, but still, it's a movie. So
he wasn't trying to see,
the facts
meet that one jazz performer that is dead.
Right.
I love that movie.
It's really good.
Yes. It's a really good movie. We're all over the place. All right, we got to take a break. We got our top list coming up. We'll do that. Don't go anywhere. There is no way this individual that I saw in that video does not beat his wife.
Oh,
exactly.
Has to, man.
That is, your ass is out of here. Go stay in a hotel.
I think, okay, I love your thought. When do you do that?
When do you tell him to leave?
Oh, as soon as he punches the TV, what are you thinking?
So you're going to try and yell at him while he's shooting the television? At what point, when someone's acting that way, do you intercept, Lindsay?
Yeah, because clearly this isn't the first time. This isn't the first outburst.
They just got boxes of TVs laying around.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. Hey, kid fell
Especially as a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, this clearly wasn't the first time. So before that's happened, you would do it.
No, we're talking about this instant. No, we're talking about this instance, okay? He punches the TV, he shoots it. At what point do you engage with him and say, we're done, you're out of here?
Is she a friend or is she the old lady?
Old lady.
Okay, all right. I like that.
I suppose after he empties his rounds, of the gun.
I think that's a bad call.
It would have to be after.
I think that's a bad call. That's like telling somebody who's amped up to calm down.
Right. It just ain't going to work. It ain't going to work because you know what's going to happen? Chances are he's going to go reload, either grab another magazine or grab the box of ammo and reload the one that he just emptied and then take it out on you.
Yeah.
I'm good on that.
Or use his fist or whatever.
Yeah, I'm good on that. If I was the old lady in the situation, I'd just grab me and my 5 kids and I'd go stay in a hotel somewhere. And then let him sit in there, be drunk AF as he is, let him look at his beat up, shot at television, and let reality sink in of what he's actually done. Let him go to bed. Let him
see the TV again.
And figure it out from there. Be like, listen, bro. How do I know that me, Miguel, Vera, he's Cowboys fan, so I'm just assuming. But how do we know that we're not next? I'm not going to take this chance.
Do you call the police?
Oh, this is the next day?
Whenever. You're at my house. What happens? Do you call the police?
You'd leave before you call the police.
On your way out?
Yeah, on the way. Driveway, driving away. You know, if it was one of those, all right, he just got done shooting the television. I think this is my moment where I can leave. Like he's in the bathroom taking a whiz, right? Because he's been
you wait for your moment.
Your moment, and then you go ahead and you skedaddle on out of there, and you call the police and let them come over to the house and deal with it. And then you gotta go to the house the next day, and then you got to see the TV on the ground with bullet holes in it. And then remember,
yeah.
Then you change the locks.
Yeah, I think you definitely wait the next day. Calling the police feels like that makes sense.
It does. It does.
You fire a weapon within my proximity, I feel like I've got to call the police because that's not normal behavior.
Yeah.
But I love the idea of letting him marinate in it.
You say about what you've done.
You don't even need to say that, right? Right?
Right.
That's like telling a fat person. You come in.
Shot the TV.
Yeah. Son of a. What happened to the team?
Right. Goes, stumbles up, still drunk a little bit. Oh, goddamn tequila. Ay, Dios míos. On the news, click, click, nothing. TV's on the floor with bullet holes in it.
How stupid. And then do you upgrade after that, or do you just get whatever you get the Aspina brand that you've never heard of that's on sale for $200?
In case this happens again?
Yeah, right.
That's all you can afford. I mean,
right.
People don't keep a surplus TV budget in there. I don't think.
No, that's what pawn shops are made for, man.
I haven't bought a TV in like at least 4 years. And that's when I moved into the house.
Oh,
that's not true. I bought one for the playroom, I guess.
Yeah, but you bought one of the cheaper ones, right? You didn't go, Samsung or nothing like that.
Yeah. All I got to tell you is Roku. That's all I got to tell you.
I got
a Roku TV is cheap and it works fine.
Absolutely.
People are like, well, how many HP did the thing and lines and all that? I'm like, it comes on.
Right. Does it have a picture? Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. Can you get to the YouTube? Yes. That's it.
I'm confident with higher level brands, you get a different picture. Confident. I just don't care.
Right.
It's kind of like a diamond ring. There's different levels of a diamond ring.
Sure.
But you get over a certain threshold, the human eye, cannot tell the difference.
Right. Now you're just spending money.
Yeah, there's no reason to
status.
get, I don't know what it is, like an A diamond. You can't see the difference between an A, B, J, whatever. You need a monocle to do that.
Right.
So it's same with TVs. I'm like, who cares?
If it's going in a kid's room or like an outdoor TV, right there with you. If it's the main TV in the living room, though, no.
Oh, how about this? Someone's like, what if it's at your house? Like you invite me over to watch the game and I shoot the TV.
There is so much going on in that situation. One, you owe me a new TV, brah. Two, we're not friends anymore.
You can't shoot a gun in my house.
I'm calling the cops immediately. And if you try to run off before the police get there, I'm telling them everything. I'm rolling right on over. I'm telling them everything about you. Because now you've destroyed my house. It's one thing to destroy your own property. But you come into my house and you start firing guns.
And why do you got to carry a gun to a watch party?
Right.
Because you never know.
Sure.
Home invasions happen, Corbin.
Sure.
in the middle of football games.
No, listen, even robbers know there's nothing to take at a Cowboys fan house. I found this list of annoying things people say. I'll say the phrase. You guys tell me if you say it. This is going to be humiliating for all of us.
All right.
Okay.
Annoying things people say.
I don't mean to be rude, but I hate this phrase.
Mm-hmm.
You do mean to be rude.
Yeah. That's just like, hey, I don't mean to interrupt. But
That is a weird psychological thing you do as a human being to make yourself feel better. I don't mean to interrupt, but that type of thing.
I don't know if I say that. I don't think I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I say that.
Okay. It's common sense is another one. I've heard people say that.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's common sense, and people are lacking it nowadays.
Yeah.
Mm,
Of the two we've read, I'm not willing to go all in that I've never said them.
okay. I'll be honest. I've said both of those.
I simply have a powerful personality. I've never said that.
No, hell no.
I hate this statement. Let's agree to disagree.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's just, let's throw in the towel here.
Well, I mean, you arguing back and forth.
Right.
There's not going to be any resolution. Let's just agree to disagree.
I see that as I don't have anything else to argue about. I have nothing left. I have no more ammunition.
Mhm.
And I can't accept that I've lost,
Right.
or I can't accept that I've won or whatever. And so you go to that statement.
You should just stomp your feet and walk away.
It's just a joke.
Oh, geez. Said that
I've said that.
Yeah.
several times on this show.
Well, okay. What is said on the show is different than reality.
Right. I get that. I get that. They're just jokes. Say that to the people they're directed to when they take it personally. It's just a joke, man. Calm down.
These are annoying things people say. Let's unpack this. Okay, moving on.
Yeah. Mirror you.
Do you know who I am? I've never said that.
Never.
I never have either. Not like to anybody in particular. Like, I'm at, bar, restaurant. You know who I am?
Right.
No. But like in a joking matter.
Telling a story?
Yeah.
For sure.
You know who I am?
No, you're right.
Come on.
And I've been with people that have said it and it makes me cringe. Like where they've said, do you know who this is? I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that.
Next couple are going to sting. It is what it is.
Oh, that's my fave. That is my absolute fave.
I will validate that is annoying to hear. Well, actually.
Ugh. Those come in on a lot of texts on here.
Yeah. And on this show.
Mhm.
Love the sinner, hate the sin. Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show. 918-460-KMOD is the phone number. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. We're going to let Lindsay do sports in a minute, but this is breaking sports news that I know all of you are interested in. Aaron Rodgers has left his darkened retreat.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, the owner of the retreat, Scott, who owns Sky Cave Retreats, says he left the dark room facility on Wednesday. I am curious. I'll be honest. This doesn't bother me. I would do this.
Okay.
Native American cultures have things like this that have existed forever.
Oh, okay. You're talking like a spiritual journey. Gotcha.
Well, a dark retreat like
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
Dark room.
I could do it for a couple hours. Days?
Yeah, 4 days.
I think for it to actually work the way that you want it to work, the way that the Native American cultures have it work is you're in there sweating it for days, not just a couple of hours. Yeah, a couple of hours, you're inconveniencing yourself and you're not just really getting a spiritual journey at all whatsoever.
I think, if you have to get used to it. I mean, some people freak out in a couple of hours and then they pass out and it doesn't work. You have to, get your your body accustomed to it. So then, it takes a moment to relax and, so he does it for 4 days and kind of meditates there. And, I guess we're going to, find out a decision now?
Maybe.
He's cleared his mind.
So this says that there are you get check-ins happen where they check on you.
Mm-hmm.
They have daily stops for food, wood for the stove when it's in the winter. You get 2 meals delivered to you once a day. They bring them around sunset. So there's no, you're not interacting. They put it in a thing and then you grab it. There's a toilet. There's a bath. You're in a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
You're just guaranteed no interaction with other people.
Good left alone.
I'm looking at the room. It's not like the lights are, you're in your closet or in your bathroom. Just check the glow in dark, blanket you just got your kid.
Right.
It looks like a hotel. You could do retreats as short as 3 to 5 days and as long as 10 to 40. You mean hide?
Yes.
I could do that in my own home for free.
Yes. Yeah, you can't. And the reason why is because you're tempted by the things around you,
Mm-hmm.
right? Whether it be video games or whatever. And the idea is to completely disconnect from all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No TV or anything.
But you have
a bed. Typically, most retreats find that they sleep more or less for the first 24, 48 hours. As the days unfold, they tend to find that they need less sleep, eventually find that they do not need to sleep at all and are only sleeping for 1 to 2 hours a night. Heightened sensitivity in the opening of the subconscious can naturally begin to arise as early as the 3rd day of their retreat and continue to intensify as the retreat progresses. Due to different neurochemical reactions that occur from various glands and hormones, being both suppressed and or stimulated from the light deprivation and the simple nature of the dark solitude.
I got other ways I can spend $840.
Is that how much it is? I was looking for the price.
Yeah, at least according to the hermitageretreats.com for their dark retreats. 3 days.
Work on a name for this business.
No kidding.
3 days, 6 days total. It's 2 nights before and 1 night after in a private room with food included, $840. Now, you could do a 10-day dark retreat, 2 nights before and 4 nights after in a private room with food included, 16 days total. $2,080.
Damn.
I'm good.
Yeah. I'd rather go to the exact opposite of that, which is a beach resort with all-inclusive for that amount of money.
That kind of cash for real.
Exactly. Oh, Matt, maybe he's come to a conclusion. We'll get an answer soon.
So here's a new one. Boxing star Conor Benn has been cleared of doping allegations stemming from failed drug tests last year after officials determined the popping sample was due to eating too many eggs.
Yeah.
Interesting. The 20
will throw a false positive, huh?
Yes.
What did they test positive for?
I'll tell you. The 21-0, 14 knockouts fighter vowed to clear his name after clomiphene was found in his urine 3 days before his October fight against Chris Eubank Jr., which ultimately led to the event being postponed. Clomiphene is a fertility drug, but it can elevate testosterone levels while burning fat in men. After a thorough investigation, the World Boxing Council announced yesterday the British boxer has been cleared of doping after the organization concluded his egg-heavy diet raised a reasonable explanation for the adverse finding. The WBC also reinstated Ben in the rankings as officials found zero evidence his actions were intentional. The WBC Nutrition Committee will work with Mr. Ben's team to design a nutrition program geared to avoid the risk of a future adverse finding caused by nutritional factors.
This is a good example of not being a crying bitch when it happens.
Yeah.
He was just like, oh, my name will get cleared.
Yeah.
I ate too much breakfast.
Yeah,
and everybody laughed at him and thought he was lying.
Yeah.
I had a bet I could eat 50 eggs.
Yeah.
If my boy can eat 50 eggs, my boy can eat 50 eggs.
Safe to say he will be switching up his egg intake
Great
moving
movie.
forward.
Right.
Mhm. That's-
Those who good, he can eat them eggs. Do you know the movie, Lindsay?
No, I don't.
Come on, girl.
Which one is it?
Cool and Luke.
And that's your Balls to the Wall Sports. I'm Lindsay on 97.5 KMOD.
Balls to the Wall Sports is powered by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Great taste, 96 calorie. That means I'm an asshole, and I notice that I've hurt your feelings, so therefore I've got to smooth things over. I'm just giving you a hard time, man.
Yeah. That's just how I was raised. I hate this statement.
Right.
Because you can't evolve. We can't evolve as people.
No.
You can't want to break the cycle that happened to
Right.
you.
No.
I get it.
No. Those issues are deep rooted inside me.
Right. And therefore, everyone must be exposed to them.
Absolutely.
Because I was.
Mm-hmm.
3 charged in kidnapping extortion plot. 3 people have been arrested after torturing a man in a hotel room in Tennessee. It happened on the 21st of this month when police say 25-year-old Jessica Mortensen lured a 25-year-old man to a hotel room. Inside the room, 41-year-old Harry Kingham and 37-year-old Joshua Frazier forced the victim to remove his clothes, then held him at gunpoint while taking him to the bank to withdraw thousands of dollars. The victim was then thrown out of the car in his driveway.
Oh, damn.
All 3 suspects then returned to the hotel where the incident happened. Where police found them.
Yeah, and you never go back to the scene. Right?
Yeah.
Come on.
There's a drug involved, Lindsay. Can you guess what drug is involved?
Meth.
Yes.
Nothing good comes out of methamphetamine.
Nope.
Yeah, and apparently he made an arrangement because he knew this girl from high school, and he made an arrangement for sex for $300, and the police were like, we're not charging him with solicitation. He's the victim here.
Mhm.
Right.
Even though he was participating in a crime, they knew he would fall for it.
Mm-hmm.
They clearly took advantage of him for hours
Yeah.
and made him give up his information, so he's not getting charged with. So I don't know if maybe he was somebody of some sort of brain disorder or on the spectrum or something that made him, according to the news report, gullible.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe just one of those lonely dudes, and this was the hot chick in high school. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
Megan wants me now?
Yeah.
Well, Megan's, 45 right now and has got 6 kids and a drinking problem, but
meth problem.
a meth problem. And, but it's okay because he remembers teenage Megan. And he's like, well, I'm going to get me some of that.
Yeah.
Finally, I get to touch my unicorn. And, well, they left you naked in your driveway.
Yeah.
On the upside of that, at least they dumped him in his driveway and not, I don't know, traveling down the highway.
The police report said they threw him out of the car in his driveway with like a bag of garbage. That's what the report said.
Like a bag of garbage or with a bag of
Like
garbage?
a bag of garbage.
Okay. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
But he's alive and he is at his house.
All right. The proverbial question.
Uh-huh.
How many days off does he get after being kidnapped, tortured, thrown in his driveway like a bag of garbage? How many days off do you get from something like that? These are bonus days. You're not using vacation or sick days.
We're just going to go ahead and give you some time off to recoup.
Yeah, we as a company empathize with that crazy situation.
Mm-hmm.
You get some days off to recover. That happened on a Friday, the 21st of last Friday. Lindsay.
So does he have wounds? Like when we say he's tortured?
Irrelevant.
Let's not ask questions.
Well, give him.
How many days does he get off? He's been robbed. He's been abused.
Tortured, kidnapped, robbed, trust defiled.
Mm-hmm.
How many days?
I want to give him 2 weeks.
Okay. Because?
Especially if he's got wounds on him, I want to let him heal up. You know what I mean? Like if he's got some bruising on his face, things
Bruising's
like that.
3 days.
Bruising isn't going to cause anybody else at work to get, some kind of infectious disease if he has one.
Oh, that's true. I'll stick with
2 weeks. Okay, Gimpy.
Good Lord, that's a lot of 2 days. 2 days. That happened on a Friday. You get Saturday, Sunday. I'll give you Monday and Tuesday. You bring your ass back to work on Wednesday. And if you've got gashes all over yourself, put some goddamn butterfly stitches on that thing and get your ass back to work.
Take as long as you need. You're damaged goods now. If I get you back, you're hardly going to be the person. Whether you get 2 weeks or you're back on Monday, it's going to take a week for you to quell the office chatter.
Right.
So you're damaged goods. You're not coming back the same person.
Oh, no.
You're not going to remember whatever project you were working on. Forget about it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll do the right thing. Take as long as you want, but let's start hiring the replacement.
Oh, okay.
He's done.
Okay.
You're done.
What if he comes back from work, right, after his week, 2 weeks, however long he needs, and things are a little shaky there for, let's just say, like a week? That seems natural. But everything's back to normal that week after. Are you still firing that guy?
I didn't say fire.
Well, what are you going to do? How else are you going to get rid? You going to lay him off?
You let life work itself out.
Mm-hmm.
Let him quit?
Yeah, he'll quit on his own.
Maybe.
You still give him work. You still treat him as if he's an employee.
Absolutely.
Everything stays the same.
Absolutely.
But he is not the same employee, right? He experienced an incredibly traumatic event.
Yes. And maybe working where he works, doing what he does is his outlet to kind of get over things. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes
this ain't your team lost. This isn't you broke your arm.
Yeah, you were.
It is one of the most traumatic events human beings can go through is being kidnapped and tortured.
That is very true. That is very true.
Mr. No Days.
But everybody works through things differently.
Sure.
Some people need therapy. Some people just need to keep busy. You know what I mean? So maybe so what you're gonna do is you're gonna let this cat go so he can drive himself crazy.
I'm not gonna let him go.
All right. Go down the meth aisle with his new girlfriend Megan. All right.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, he's committed suicide and hung himself in the garage because you.
I don't know what that has to do with me. No, that has zero to do with me. I'm saying I have a responsibility as a company to make sure everybody's doing their job. And he can come back. We'll treat him as family. He'll stay on insurance. We'll give him projects. Everything will stay the same. But to have the expectation that he's going to be the same employee is not realistic. And that is what I'm saying.
I understand there's going to be some differences, but deep down inside, if that's what he needs to heal, then you keep on keeping on. I'm not hiring. I'm not looking for the new hire immediately.
He is going to be a drip at the company picnic.
Oh, yeah.
Do not ask him to play laser tag or just tag or capture the flag.
Don't even say the word capture around him.
Don't do the ropes course with him.
Right.
Trust fall?
No. Trust any of you bitches.
No.
He's going to want to move to another state and start a whole new life.
Yes.
Well, maybe.
Let it work itself out, but you have a responsibility to your customers. And as a manager of a business, we got to move forward. We can't let somebody hang on to the back of the train as it's pulling away from the station. Give him all those resources he needs. Let him continue to get a check.
Right.
Put him in the basement. Take his red set. Whatever that looks like for you.
Right.
All these stories are on our Facebook page. No days off.
I said 2.
No, you said the weekend, which he already gets.
No, I said I'll give you 2 days. You've got Friday and Saturday, so I'll give you Monday and Tuesday.
You get Saturday and Sunday off.
Exactly. So you've got 4 days.
So you gave no days off.
I gave him Monday and Tuesday off.
No, you said back on Monday.
No, I said back on Wednesday. I said you got you got Saturday and Sunday already off. All right, so I'll give you Monday and Tuesday back to work on Wednesday.
Who wants to start in the middle of the week?
Bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, I've got a business to run, Corbin.
That's what I'm saying.
Florida woman punts man in the groin for not bringing her to the strip club. This happened in north of Fort Myers, Florida. Elizabeth Ann Sherlock Mason, all she wanted to do was have a little fun night out. Now, this happened on January 17th, which was a Tuesday night. So I don't know if it was already a long week for her, or maybe she just, doesn't work at all. Just wanted to go out, but she wanted to go to the local gentleman's club. But before that, she wanted a pregame at her favorite watering hole, the Naughty Parrot.
Yeah. Is that Knotty like Naughty Pine or NAUGHTY like Naughty Girl?
NAUTI.
Naughty
like
Parrot?
nautical. Naughty Parrot.
Oh, I
Mhm.
gotta look at this place.
Yes.
Okay, carry on.
So her man takes her to the Naughty Parrot where they have a few drinks. And apparently she had a few too many because she became verbally abusive towards him. And he's like, you know what, honey? I think you've had too many and we need to leave. And
Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. Lindsay, what do you have?
April 1st, downtown Tulsa, our annual Crawl for Cancer going down. Create your own team. Get the early bird registration on right now, crawlforcancer.org, or simply go to our contest page, kmod.com, and get on our team if you'd like.
If you don't like texting because, you're busy and you got to use your fingers for something, you can just use the iHeartRadio app and then hit the microphone at the bottom corner and literally talk to us. And it comes straight to here using the talkback on the iHeartRadio app.
On Thursdays, we do a thing called Top List. Let's get started.
It's time for a Big Man Morning Show's Top List. Random topics, randomly drawn with random results. Now here's Corbin, Gimpy, and Lindsay with this week's Top List.
Top list this week is man crushes. Top 5 people, celebrities that you crush on of the same sex. So Lindsay will be girl crushes. What do you have for number 5, Lindsay?
Alexandra Daddario. She is an actress that first
Wonderful
got her
rack.
start. Yeah, she's brunette, blue eyes, bright blue eyes, very pretty. In the Percy Jackson films, and then she was in True Detective, the first series.
Yeah, first season of White Lotus.
Yes. She's stunning to me.
Amazing rack. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, she does have
Pretty
a nice rack.
eyes,
Mhm.
all that good
Yeah.
actress. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So what is it for you that you have a crush on her for?
I love her dark hair with her bright blue eyes. I just think this is so great.
So looks for you.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, all of my top 5 are based on looks.
Oh, okay.
To be honest,
That's fine.
number 4 for me
Mine too.
as long as she's not speaking, is Kim Kardashian.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that she's beautiful with or without makeup, and her curves are awesome. Yeah, that's it. As long as she's not speaking. Number 3, Selma Hayek.
Yeah. Now we're getting somewhere.
Yes, she's got a great body, beautiful face, and she can be speaking because her accent is phenomenal.
And her boobs got much bigger over the years.
Yes,
She's 56.
Yeah, and rocking. She's awesome. Number 2 for me is Priyanka Chopra.
Who?
Chopra, I think that's how
Yeah.
you say her last name. She was in Quantico. She's married to Nick Jonas of the Jonas Brothers.
I believe her dad is Deepak Chopra, who's a spiritual person.
Okay. She's absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. Knockout.
Yeah, she's a stunning woman.
Yes. And I think she's pretty much famous now just for being married to Nick Jonas. She's not really doing much.
I think she was famous before, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, Quantico was the only thing I'd ever seen her in. And
she's
then-
number 2 for you.
Yeah, number 2. I just find her, I think she's one of the most beautiful women in the world. Next to my number 1, which is Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, my taco flavor kisses.
She is my favorite. She is 50 years old, and she is just so beautiful still. Her body is banging, and she sings. She's an all-around ultimate perfect entertainer. 53 even, and just still got it going on. And even if she is using plastic surgery docs, they do a tremendous job. If she's got the good doctors, because I can't tell. She's amazing, beautiful, stunning.
She's a mutant.
Okay.
An alien.
Top list, we're doing man crushes or same sex. Gimpy, what do you have for number 5?
All right. Matthew McConaughey, man, number 5. Just seems like a good dude, man. Good, sit down, hang out, have a cocktail, smoke a blunt, ride around in a Lincoln, stuff like that.
So, like, I have this theory about him because I've read some interviews with him, and I think that's all an act. I don't think he's that guy. I think he was that guy.
Right, but since he's grown up, he's kind of changed a little
More
bit,
of a
which would
family
make
man.
sense. Okay.
Like, he grew out of that. I'm not saying he doesn't get high or do any of that, but it isn't, dazed and confused.
Right. He's not getting naked playing the bongos anymore.
Right.
Because he was arrested for that.
Shrooms one time,
Hey, man,
and you're playing bongos, and the neighbors get called. Now that's the image you have.
Yeah. But, from what I know of the guy, he
Yeah.
seems like an all right, legit kind of guy. Number 4, Sully Erna, man, lead singer for Godsmack. I've had a man crush on this guy for decades, right? Since like 1999 when I first come across these people. I was like, this is amazing. Great voice. Got to meet him when they came here and did BMMS Fest. Just a solid, down-to-earth dude. Seems like a fun guy to hang out with. Not one of those uptight celebrity all the time, like, leave me alone. I am better than you, blah, 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 man. Nah, the dude seems pretty real when it comes to celebrity life. Number 3 is Chris Stapleton. Bro, he may look like a mountain man, but I don't give a damn. That cat's voice, and he just, from interviews that I've seen, he's just one of those laid back, I am who I am, and if you don't like it, suck it. That's just how it is. But to sit back and be able to listen, to him play would be fantastic. To join in on some songs, I think would be awesome. Maybe even take some singing lessons from Chris Stapleton. I mean, come on now. When you hear he does the Star Spangled Banner, the national anthem at the Super Bowl, and they're like, move over, Whitney. I think we got one that's better.
Ooh. Well, I don't think anybody said that.
No.
I think said he did an impressive job, one of the best, but they didn't say move over Whitney.
Okay, at least everybody on my Facebook said that.
It's a close second.
What abs?
Human beings are amazing, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the great things about the show is how different we all are. But I have never in my whole life uttered the words, I hope I can sit down and sing with that person.
Because you can't sing.
Don't like singing.
And then that's why.
I said that. I said it's fascinating how different people are.
Yeah. I'd totally be down for that. Number 2, Robin Williams, man. Robin Williams, because we never said that these have to be dead or alive.
I went with the lie, but okay.
I'll even hang out with the dead Robin Williams. Why the hell not? I mean, how often do you get to say you got to hang out with Robin Williams? I'm just saying. He may not be talking much, and he may not be very funny. He may smell funny, but no, man, the dude's all around just a great, like Lindsay and her Jennifer Lopez, a great entertainer. Now, he doesn't have a Jennifer Lopez body, but the
says
dude,
you.
Well, he's skinny now for sure. But I mean, the guy can be serious. He can make you laugh. Just different voices and singing and whatnots. And I'm like, I think that would be a good time. That's the kind of guy that got me into liking stand-up comedy. Not a lot of people like stand-up comedy. It's not their bag or whatever, but I listen to him and watch him. And I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. That's what made me want to get into some kind of entertainment there. So, and number 1, as gay as it may sound, I don't give a damn. Jason Momoa. Man, I tell you, man, talking about a stud. You see his videos and TikToks and this and that. Seems like a pretty groovy guy. Knows how to have a lot of fun. All right. He's picking up bitches, and I will take some of his crumbs. I don't give a damn. I don't care. But, bro, I was watching Conan, because he remade Conan the Barbarian. And I'm like, wow, this is way better than the original, for one. Not as many orgy scenes, but it's okay. I think the orgy comes in the second Conan the Barbarian with Wilt Chamberlain or whatever. But it was still an awesome movie. And I'm like, dude, he is a stud in everything that he does.
Yeah.
Everything that he does, he's just a stud in it. And he looks great. So I figure, why not have a beefcake like Jason Momoa as number 1?
I want to hate him,
Mm-hmm.
but God, he's every movie, TV show he's in now. He's kind of the same character and everything.
Yeah.
But he's awesome.
Yeah. And he's a do-gooder. Like, he's kind of like The Rock in that, like just
The steroids?
No. Like the do-gooder for the planet and all that, And didn't you do one of those like Facebook things? Like, what's your celebrity
Yeah,
lookalike, and you
something
got
like that.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Jason Momoa.
Yeah,
did.
pretty awesome, right? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, just hair.
yeah. And the
Does
beard.
it? The beard would be the only thing. The goatee would be the only thing,
Yeah,
right?
I think we share the same skin tone.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I think he
but
knows what his is.
I'm
but-
okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with being.
Yeah, who
like
wouldn't
on that
be?
guy. Hell
Mhm.
yeah.
Who wouldn't
Yeah.
be?
Yeah.
Real quick, I just discovered that they have a TV show called The Young Rock. Have either one of you watched this?
No.
Like The Rock, but
Rock.
it's Young Rock.
Right.
Okay, I feel like I've heard something about it, but I don't. It's not clicking.
It's on NBC, and I just seen some commercials for this like recently. That's like I haven't watched it because right now you can only watch the reruns on Peacock, and I don't have that streaming app. But apparently it's in season 3, and I didn't even know about it. But it's like a young Sheldon-esque sort of thing, but starts off as a young kid, Rock, and like grows with him throughout the years and what he's doing, and then wrestling and this and that and the other. I'm like, well, this seems kind of lamely interesting.
So this says the sitcom is around a frame story set in the early 2030s, beginning with Johnson running for office in 2032 in the U.S. presidential election. Each episode involves Johnson, The Rock, participating in an interview or other conversation, which leads him to flashbacks to a story from one of 3 periods of his life, with occasional episodes where all 3 periods are shown. In the first season, he's depicted as a 10-year-old in Hawaii, as a high school student in Pennsylvania, and as a college student and football player at the University of Miami.
It seems, like I said, lamely interesting. I've been watching a lot of weird, stupid sitcoms lately, and I'm like, oh, I think I might give this one a shot. So I dug back, and I was like, oh, I got to watch it on Peacock. I can't watch it on regular NBC On Demand. Get the hell out of here. So I might start a little late, but I didn't know if I was the only one living underneath a rock. No pun intended.
I think a lot of
that
shows that are on Peacock fall off the radar because not a lot of people have it in terms of a streaming service.
Makes sense.
Rotten Tomatoes, the first season gave it a rating of 90% based on 31 reviews.
Damn.
31 reviews. 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Critical consensus reads, anchored by a winsome ensemble, Young Rock is endearing peek behind the curtain of Dwayne Johnson's childhood and the wild world of wrestling. And media critics said it has a weighted average score of 66 out of 100 based on 18 generally favorable reviews.
Okay. So
it's enough worth a glance.
Yeah, it's worth checking it out at least once.
We're doing top list man crushes. Number 5 for me, Tony Hawk.
Okay.
Growing up, skate icon, looked up to him as an adult, like he's still doing awesome things. No reason to do anything. He could totally fade out into existence and doesn't feel like he takes himself too seriously.
All right.
And I think that's pretty awesome. Number 4, George Raveling. George Raveling, basketball coach, University of Iowa, South Carolina. He played in the NBA, if I'm not mistaken. He also was a security guard for Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. He has the speech Martin Luther King gave him at the conclusion. The guy writes, does interviews. He's just an unbelievable human being. And when you hear him speak, you can't help but just absorb everything he's saying. He's an unbelievable. At 85, he's just amazing.
Yeah.
That's number 4. Number 3, Dave Chappelle. Watching Dave Chappelle, I mean, he's just funny.
Yeah.
Right? But I feel like you could sit with Dave Chappelle, have a drink, have a smoke, whatever, and you're going to have a good conversation.
Right.
And it isn't going to be pile on craziness.
Yeah, it doesn't have to just be comedy.
It's just going to be chill. It may get a little crazy in terms of the topic. It may get a little honest. It may get funny. It may not. I just feel like when you watch him do interviews, it feels so authentic that there's some sort of attraction there for me. Number 2, I can't believe it wasn't on Gimpy's list, but, he's such a good dude. Keanu Reeves, man.
Okay.
Keanu Reeves is an awesome dude. And the turmoil the man has gone through and still has no bitterness towards people is just impressive. And again, different than Dave Chappelle. I don't know how much fun it would be, but he feels like a really authentic person who's been handed a bunch of bad doses of medicine and still continues to be nice to people and doesn't have resentment. Number 1, he's funny. He's smart. He's entrepreneurial. He doesn't take no for an answer. He's got a hot wife. He never slows down. And that's Ryan Reynolds. Man is a 10 all the way around.
Yeah, he is.
He's a 10 all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
There's no... He's got to kick puppies.
You're right. There has to be something because his public image is so squeaky clean.
Just nice.
Right.
I don't think it's bad to have a clean public image.
No,
like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? But everybody's got a thing.
Yeah, there's a skeleton in everybody's closet. I wonder what his is.
It's got to be, I don't know, maybe stepped on with the high heel. I don't know.
Right. He's in the crushing.
Something. He's such a good dude. And it feels like his heart's always in the right spot. And maybe that's just he's got a really good PR company that shares that with us.
Brian, what's your weird quirk? I like to have my testicles stepped on by high heels.
When you've seen interviews with him where he's taking free questions where it isn't planted and he answers them as if it was rehearsed, maybe it is.
Right.
But I'm buying. I'm buying what you're selling, Ryan.
Yeah.
Mint Mobile sucks. And I bought it.
Right.
It sucks. I canceled it, but it's...
Have you tried the Aviator Gym?
I have.
Is it?
No, it's
sorry, Ray.
If you have a good public image, it doesn't matter if you have a crap product.
Right.
People will no resentment towards you. They'll just move on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
All right.
And he's such a good dude. And the appeared relationship he has with his wife, awesome. Right? You're like, God, man.
They just had another baby.
I mean, that actually would strike against him for me. Changing diapers is not fun. Potty training, not fun. But overall, that would be my number one in regards to man crushes or same-sex crushes for our top list.
That's fair.
Somebody put Jason Statham.
Okay. If you like that rugged kind of...
Okay, so somebody said Mark Wahlberg in there.
Okay.
I hear you. Except the whole brought up on civil rights charges thing.
That was a long time ago.
I don't care.
He's made his reparations. He's fine.
I don't think he has. It's just.
Yeah, you got to slap on the
Do you
wrist.
say that? What other things do you go? It's been a long time. Pedophilia.
No.
So that's for me. That's that one. Justin Timberlake. I think Justin Timberlake comes off as he's a nice guy. I don't think he is.
He seems a little douchey. Like behind the camera, right? In his own personal life. He's like, I'm JT. Who the hell are you? Get out of here.
Yeah.
But wants that public image to be like, oh, he's just such a sweet, innocent, he's a Disney kid. Come on.
Somebody texted in, I got to hang out with Jason Momoa for a weekend during Comic-Con. A weekend?
Nice.
It sounds like a date. He's every but the person he is in Aquaman and those parody commercials. Fun night. Favorite color is hot pink. And that's all he signs in. Dude, when you look like him,
you could do
a Greek god,
Yeah.
a Roman warlord,
keep
a
talking.
Spartan, you can do that. And I would.
Absolutely.
It's like, I love when doing the fights and fighters paint their fingernails pink.
Right.
Like they're just bait, like say it.
Yeah.
Right? Who cares? I can back it up. What are you going to do?
Yeah. Wasn't it John Cena that came up with the tough guys wear pink shirt originally?
I think it's been around a while, but he may have made it famous.
Yeah.
Sure.
You'd never see him.
So yeah, if you're Jason Momoa, then yeah, you can get away with doing that. Gimpy and I wear pink. You're gonna be like,
whatever, loser.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back.
You're listening to
The one who walks straight into a passerby because we're busy texting. Try not to be that person because your brain can't handle it.
I guess it makes sense. I always chalked it up to just dirt, not looking, not paying attention because you're busy looking at your phone.
Yeah, you're not paying attention because you can't.
Right.
Remember the limits of 3 in human endurance. You can go 3 minutes without air, 3 hours in extreme conditions without shelter, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. Assuming you're breathing, then your priorities in a survival situation are shelter, water, food, in that order.
Interesting.
Which explains why Naked and Afraid is only 21 days.
Yeah.
Because you'll you might be doing a 21-day starvation. Have you watched some of those specials about people that do deep water diving and how long they hold their air?
Well, I know they can hold it for a damn long time. Very impressive.
It's crazy. And then the whole they can't come to the surface too fast type of thing because they'll die.
Right.
I try to do sports that don't involve a chance of me dying. That's just me being a beta. I just try not to do that type of thing. Right.
Hold your breath and dive to the bottom of the ocean.
I think we all know this one. You can't extinguish an oil fire with water.
No.
Yeah, about that.
Use a blanket or flour or something. This one's awesome. Any month that begins on a Sunday will have a Friday the 13th.
Okay, I've heard that before. Yeah.
World War I officially ended on October 3rd, 2010. World War I officially ended on October 3rd, 2010. So next time you're at the bar trying to strung up some conversation, let that be one for you. Apparently, that was the day Germany paid its final reparations under the Treaty of Versailles.
Wow. And we had a whole another world war after that. It was
I'm still trying to do this one.
Real,
Yeah.
That Germany, man, just like a bunch of plates in the air.
All right.
Naked Las Vegas man ran through hotel's swinging toilet plunger. So this happened in Des Moines, Iowa. Traven Wayne Hill, he's 21 years old. He's accused of running naked through this hotel wielding a toilet plunger and pulling fire alarms. It happened on January 28th. He was arrested, charged with assault while displaying a dangerous weapon, first-degree criminal mischief, and disorderly conduct, according to the Polk County online booking records. Now, according to the Des Moines Police Department, Hill approached a victim in the 18th floor stairwell at the Des Moines Marriott downtown with the toilet plunger. According to court documents, the naked man yelled, "I'm going to effing get you," as he chased the victim. Police said that multiple people saw him allegedly pull fire alarms around the hotel. The man continued running on several floors, swinging the plunger until he was subdued by the police. He was booked into the jail, posted bail on the very next day, according to court records. He pleaded not guilty to the charges and will appear in court at a later date. The guy, he's 21. I don't know if he's from Vegas. I don't know what he was doing in Iowa, but he looks kind of like an entitled brat who was probably pissed to be in Iowa on maybe around his birthday time or something. He'd rather be back in Vegas, partying, living it up. I don't know.
He was just drunk.
That's what I got from his photo.
Okay. I think most people that live in Vegas aren't partying up.
No, but he looked like that wishes like he would have been. So he's gonna spend mom and dad's money and just make a mess of himself. That's what I get from his mugshot.
I'm going to go to Iowa and said no one ever.
Right.
You go to Vegas, you cause trouble. Go to LA, go to New York City. Nobody goes to Iowa just to cause trouble.
I do not have a counter to that. I grew up in Iowa. I do not have a counter to that.
You only cause trouble in Iowa if you're from there because you got nothing else to do in Iowa.
Right, because the gravel road. Yeah, you're on the gravel road drinking.
Man breaks into home and hides under sheet. I'm not cheating you. This is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it sounds like it. The lead-in sounds insane.
Happens in West Virginia where this gal, she's sleeping and she hears glass breaking in her house. So she goes to check and she sees a strange man in her house. Oh no. So she runs upstairs to be with her granddaughters and she calls the police. Help, there's somebody in my house. So the police come down and they're searching around and they go to the back room. They see a pile of sheets. They see the pile of sheets move. Well, that sheet is not supposed to move. So they found 30-year-old William Brewer hiding underneath the sheets. Now, first they tried to cuff the man. He tried to run, but, they cuffed him anyway. He told the police that he only did it because he was high on the drugs and he needed a place to sleep. He says that I guess he broke into the lady's house next door. She called the cops too. He says that he broke into that house to do the same thing, just looking for a place to sleep. But he left because the woman there would not stop yelling at him.
Mm.
When we play hide and seek in my house,
Yeah.
I will sometimes hide under a sheet because I'm not trying to win.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to not breathe under the sheet because you know the sheet moves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Easily found.
Where would you hide? Where would you hide?
Probably in a closet
That's the first place they're going to look.
or under a bed.
Second place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not in a sheet.
Under.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, if he was looking to take a nap, I mean, maybe they were Egyptian cotton and they looked really comfy.
Gimpy, where would you hide?
In a trash can. Not like in the small trash can in the kitchen, but no, in a dumpster outside.
Ooh.
I think it's big enough to fit a body in. Probably one of the last places they're going to look. Maybe, I don't know. I try not to run from the police, but I do remember watching Cops. He tries to hide under the kiddie pool and they kick it over and they find him every time.
Yeah, because they know to look there.
Yeah.
I think you got to hide in plain sight. My best hiding spots when we play hide and seek in the house is in plain sight.
Lampshade on your head?
Well, not like standing in the wide open.
Right.
Yeah.
But I have stood behind a curtain.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Right?
They don't think to look for the shoes under the curtain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're kids.
Exactly.
They run right past you.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Yep.
Got to think like a child. On the podcast, we mentioned one thing is added to a news story. It changes the dynamic of a story. It makes it way more intense, regardless if it's a news story or a story your friend's telling you.
Mm-hmm.
One factor has to do with feces will change the dynamic of a story. I have found another one that changes the dynamic of a story.
Really? Non-poop related, huh?
Non-poop related.
All right, then.
So the headline, I'm leaving out the crazy part. I'm leaving out part of the crazy. 2 kids killed after a bus driver crashes into a daycare.
Oh, damn, that sucks.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
I've got the factor added to any story makes it more crazy.
Okay.
2 kids killed after totally naked bus driver crashes into daycare.
Totally naked, huh? That will change any story.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Man robbed McDonald's. Okay. Naked man robs McDonald's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it really paints a picture for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah. I woke up in the middle of the night. Somebody was pounding on the door to my house.
Oh no.
Yes. It was freaky. I didn't know what to do. I woke up in the middle of the night. There was a naked man pounding on the door to my house.
Definitely different.
It lands different,
Yes.
doesn't it? My ex would get so crazy. She'd get drunk and she would run around screaming, right? Yelling at everybody.
Yeah.
My ex, she would get so drunk.
Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. This is something that I've seen floating around in the news. They talked about it. I'm only aware of a couple places doing it, but restaurants are starting a subscription service. Panera recently started it where you pay $11.99 for all you can drink, coffee, tea, lemonade, whatever there when you're there, which feels like a giant waste of money to me. And I'm not even sure like how much money it would make, but the PF Chang's also does this, and they have it where you get, based on what you pay for, you get like a complimentary birthday dessert, you get free delivery, priority reservations. I don't think this is really a thing. I think they're offering it. Panera says that their subscription service accounts for 30% of their monthly income.
So about the free coffee, tea,
beverages,
soda, beverages while you're there. Isn't that typically free anyway when you go to those?
No, you got to pay for your drinks.
Yeah.
You pay for one. Okay, free refills. Oh, they're just giving you the free drink. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
excellent point.
Don't you already get free refills? You go up there. I go up there all the time to fill up my cup.
Yeah.
So okay.
No,
so
you get free beverages.
You get a free
Sorry.
beverage upon purchase with the rest of your food. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're going every single day to get your drinks, but I'm not doing that. If I'm going to pay, I mean, I guess you would have to if you want to get your money's worth.
Well, like there are other places where you get your favorite appetizer for free when you go to the restaurant. I got to be honest, even that doesn't appeal to me.
No.
Because how much are you going to charge for that? Let's just say you charge $12 a month.
Right.
The app might cost $12. So I've got to go every month at least twice to get my return on that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
At least twice in a year.
Yeah. And you're still having to pay for the food on top of paying for this app.
Oh, yeah.
So you're paying double.
Yes, it's totally that coupon of $50 off when you spend $200.
This is a waste of time and money.
I think so. It does not feel like a good way to generate revenue. It's a subscription service. And for those who know, the subscription model has been very profitable in terms of capitalism.
Everybody's doing it, yeah.
Yeah, it is these because you forget to cancel it.
Yeah.
Right? And you get stuck in it. But doing it with a restaurant makes no sense. If I pay it for, let's say, and they do the appetizer, my favorite appetizer is tater skins. And I go and you're out of tater skins, whew.
Yeah.
I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah.
Why am I paying this $12 an extra month for my free tater skins if you ain't got any? Well, sir, you ate them all already.
Meanwhile, in the restaurant world, they forecast food to make sure they have enough on hand. They do their best, right?
Yeah.
Well, how do you forecast when you don't know someone's going to show up? And what if the person that shows up just to get their tater skins and water?
Right. I like the idea of subscription services when it comes to streaming music, streaming shows, TV, movies, stuff like that. I totally buy it. Hell, even these, HelloFresh, that's a subscription service. That's worth it. There's a sex toy subscription service out there. They send you a box every month or whatever.
Right, that's like a gift box thing. Yeah,
Something to that effect. Bespoke Post is one of the popular men's ones. Those I understand. But a restaurant, it doesn't make any damn sense to me at all whatsoever. And this isn't the first one that said, hey, we're going to be doing a subscription service at this restaurant.
Movie theaters, remember AMC did this, but you had to do it on certain days, and between 07 and 08, 4 p.m. And you have to stand on one, which I get, but it's not a real. There has to be a perceived value, and I don't see what the perceived value is by doing this.
So you can tell your friends, hey, I got a subscription service to Panera.
Do you know what the Chipotle Black Card is?
No.
It is you can't buy it. Well, I'm sure if you gave them enough, they would, but they give it to certain people, and it's free food, and it's a special card that you get.
Like if you buy 12 burrito bowls, you get another one free, then a punch card.
No, they tend to give it to I would love one, but they tend to give it to celebrities.
Okay.
Right? People of high stature, so you see them eating. It's like a coveted thing to have, right? That's different.
Yeah.
Right? Because that is a marketing move to see famous people or people of perceived importance eating their food.
Right.
This does not feel like a value at all.
No, it feels like a ripoff. Big time.
I can't even think of a restaurant I eat at enough. Even if my grocery store gave me a free loaf of bread for being in the bread club.
I'm much more of a fan of join our mailing list and get a free appetizer on your birthday or whatever. There are some places that still do that.
Very few.
Yeah, but they're out there.
Very few. And meanwhile, you're getting spammed 95 times a day.
Oh, God.
You hit unsubscribe and then forget, then you never even get it. Or they used to do free coffee on your birthday from Starbucks. Or a free coffee for your birthday. Now you have to get it on your birthday. Well, guess what, bitch? My birthday's January 1st.
You get no coffee.
I am not going to Starbucks.
Right.
On my birthday. Yeah. I am not a fan. I don't think this is a real thing. I think this is just, it's out there and it's just they need something for the news cycle.
Maybe so. What 5 best fast food subscriptions that are totally worth your dollar? I'm just going to go down the name. On the Borders Queso Club. I'm not getting into it. Pretz coffee subscription. I don't know about Pretz, but Taco Bell's Taco Lovers Pass. Well, I do like me some tacos.
Okay.
Panera's My Panera and Coffee.
Somebody texted in, by the way, again, being said that they have that Panera subscription. They say it's totally worth it. They go by and pick up a free drink anytime they want, and it takes a couple drinks to pay for itself. I believe you.
Panera is nowhere on the way for me. It's
No.
if I lived next door to a Panera, got it.
To be quite honest with you, Panera is like not even on my list of places.
Of course not. Yeah.
So, all right. If you're a big Panera fan, I get it. BJ's Brewhouse Beer Club is number 5. So I guess Panera is not the only restaurant fast food job that's out there doing it.
Yeah, they got BJ's right down here, right?
Yeah.
They have the restaurant called BJ's right down the road in front of Woodland.
I was going to say,
Impossible to get into.
We're not on Memorial anymore.
It's the worst access for a restaurant ever.
Just that whole street sucks. But okay, I think any kind of restaurant subscription service is not worth it.
Yeah, I don't see me utilizing that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then the question would be, what would be? What would be a subscription service? I got one. Quick Trip, man.
Faux show.
If Quick Trip did a coffee club and you pay and you get free coffee at any Quick Trip, totally worth it.
I don't know how their rewards programs work, but I'm thinking like free gas would be more worth it.
Yeah.
I need something that I'm actually going to use that make it worthwhile. And a coffee from Quick Trip, not so much. I do utilize their, iced tea. I drink a lot of their fountain drinks. But gas is where it's at. So I mean, if it's like you pay us $12 a month at Quick Trip to be a part of this subscription club, and we'll give you $1 off a gallon of gas, then that's worth it. I feel anyway.
Yeah. So it has to be something in terms of the business model that it doesn't cost them a lot. The margin on gas is small,
right?
If even. And so it's got to be something that doesn't cost them a lot so they can make money. Gas would never work. That's why when you do like the card thing to get a discount, it's like a nickel off.
Yeah.
Right.
$1 would be crazy.
Right.
A gallon. Even Walmart or Sam's Club, they do the discount and it's like 7 cents.
Right.
A gallon.
I get that.
So maybe from their kitchens, their pizzas.
Like a free hot dog.
Yeah.
One free.
Yeah.
One free wiener.
I do their survey at Quick Trip where you do a survey and then they send you a coupon for a free hot dog or a free beverage or a free pretzel or whatever it is that they're promoting.
Yeah. No, that's not bad. But I mean, that's just
I'm not paying for it though.
Exactly. I think maybe like a steakhouse sort of like subscription service would be all right,
And what, like a free app?
Oh, discounts on your meal, I think would be all right. Or, your first glass of wine is on us. Hell, I don't know. Just trying to think of something that would be worth it.
Somebody texts in. It says, Panera subscription is great for daily coffee drinkers. Would be like having a Starbucks subscription. I disagree. It would not because Starbucks are everywhere.
Right.
Paneras are not.
Yeah. Good point.
It is not convenient to go to Panera.
So would a Starbucks subscription be worth it for you?
They have one, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And I try to stay away from them because I feel like it's a ploy. Like they're trying to get me in there to buy more. I go in there, I get coffee 90% of the time.
All right.
Occasionally I will get something else. But if I have to go there, I got this subscription. I got to use it.
Right now you're being forced to have to go to a place that you may or may not want to.
I got a lot of forcing happening in my life. I don't need another one. Toyota floated the idea of subscription for using the phone app to control the remote start on your vehicle. Yeah, I think BMW tried that for a while too. And I love heated seats, but there is no way I'm paying for a subscription for heated seats.
No way.
Casey's has an app where you earn points and get cheaper gas with points. Yeah, a lot of people do that. That's not uncommon. $2 to $3 for a drink pays for itself in less than a week. Totally. If you go to that place.
Right.
If you drive down Yale to get to your work, but you got a subscription to get free coffee on Lewis.
Yeah. Are you going to go 2 miles out of your way for a free coffee?
Yeah, no.
I don't think so.
Somebody texted in. There's one called Movie Pass where you pay, I think, $10 a month. You get one free movie ticket every day. I used it a few years back. Took when the movies 4 times in a 2-week span. Real good deal. I've heard they changed some things since, so I don't know if it's still a good deal or not. Right. The idea, though, of you got to really put in the effort. Yeah. We have a membership to the aquarium. My kids love going.
Yeah.
It pays for itself in 2 visits. So when we got it, I was like, and you buy it like first one, you get to use it right then.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, we'll come back. We haven't been back.
Yeah, about that. Same way with the zoo pass and stuff like that. I've spent that bunches of money on that because you think, oh, well, I've got it. The kids love to go. We'll go all the time. And you realize how much you hate going to those places after your second trip.
That's why I like the rewards program. People are texting some of these rewards programs. They don't cost you anything except they track your data and learn about your behavior, spending behavior. But they do. That's how they make their money. You're giving them data. But those I'm a bigger fan of.
Right.
I'm not forced to do it.
You can do it whenever you want at your own leisure.
Yeah,
if you're still getting something out.
If you use, I think it's Walmart Plus. If you use that, when you buy groceries, you get credit on your account to go towards buying other groceries.
And that's good.
It's not a lot.
It's something.
But it's $1 or $2 off here and there. Feels like a victory to me. And I'm paying for that, though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Of course.
That's
but
the
I get
thing right there.
but I have a bunch of benefits for that.
Right.
I get discounted gas.
Right.
I get Paramount Plus. I get 2-day delivery no matter what. Not the Amazon thing.
Right.
I get Scan and Go in Walmart.
Right. It has a lot more benefits than
free delivery at my house for groceries. Yeah, there's more to it than just a free coffee.
Yeah. I just got a check in the mail from Costco the other day. 2% back on all of last year's purchases because of my membership that I have.
Did you get like $4 back?
$70 check from Costco.
And how much is a membership?
So $100 a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how much did you spend?
I don't know.
What'd you say? 10% back?
2% back.
2%. Ooh, you're spending a lot of money at Costco, lady.
Yeah. In a year.
I think you may have a problem.
I know.
Maybe
well,
you need to be
buy in
banning
bulk.
Costco instead of Target.
Well, the thing is, you buy everything in bulk, so of course it's going to be expensive. You know, that's the thing.
I love justification. Go. Yes.
Yeah, I know.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back.
Tulsa's morning show. Oh, yeah. Is coming.
Lindsay. Day spa or dispensary. The Tulsa Garden is a day spa. Good job, Lindsay.
Score.
We're looking at 9-7, Corbin's lead. Bella Roma Medical, day spa or dispensary? Corbin.
Dispensary.
Corbin. Bella Roma Medical is a day spa. Stonebrook, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay. Spa.
Yes, you are correct, Lindsay. We are now 9-8, neck and neck. Who is going to win, day spa or dispensary, and walk away with a big, big prize? Stone Age Meds, day spa or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a spa.
Corbin. The Stone Age Meds is a dispensary. Uptown Wellness, day spa or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a spa.
Corbin. Uptown Wellness is a dispensary.
Really?
We only got 2 left here.
Okay.
All right. So we got a chance to tie it and a breaker if we can do this. All right. Pura, day spa or dispensary? Corbin.
Dispensary.
Corbin is correct. Pura is a dispensary. Puts him with the win, 10-8. I'll go ahead and give you the last one. See if you can guess it. Stonebrook, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Spa. Lindsay would have been correct, which would have mattered because it's 10-9. Corbin is the big winner. Congratulations, Corbin.
What'd I get?
You want to know what you got?
Yeah.
My friend, I tell you, you have won my leftover potatoes. That's right, Corbin. I had dinner last night.
I love it. That's awesome, man. I'm actually kind of hungry, so I think that's a fantastic gift.
Perfect.
And you're not a horrible cook.
No.
So that's great. But, I just think it's just an honor to win. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to Lindsay. She put in a valiant effort.
Listen, Corbin.
And, I just appreciate the competitiveness. And, I'm just one guy on a team, and we're just a team trying to make the thing happen. And, it's an honor to be a part of the Ford Truck Series and anything I can do to make this Hilton Hotel team do the best I can.
Well, Corbin, I'm glad that you accepted and decided to give your prize of potatoes to the loser of the game, but that's not all that you're going to win. All right? So not only do you get my leftover dinner from last night, my potatoes and a little bit of steak with some cheese on top, I'm also going to hook you up with a 6-pack of Twisted Tea. Set right up front because nobody wants this. So I grabbed a pack and you get to take it home with
Again, you put zero effort into the prize.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just real grateful that this Hilton Honors team did the best they could. And
We'll make sure part of the Ford Truck Series continues. So I'd like to give it to my second place. His second isn't winning. So
All right.
Twisted Tea is a great beer fridge for guests.
Right.
item.
Well, congratulations, Lindsay. You got yourself some old mashed potatoes and some warm twisted tea for losing on Day Spa or Dispensary.
this says, I'm about to get divorced from my wife of 10 years because I made a stupid mistake and had a one-night stand. We got in an argument. I left, went to the bar, slept with some woman, and almost immediately the guilt took over me. She has told me it's over, but I have to try. What can I do to get her to give our marriage a second chance? 918-460-KMOD. Bmms. Then whatever think he should do to 82945. Let's entertain the idea. What are some things he could do? How about a vacation?
Ooh.
You and me, let's have a vacation. Let's go to some beautiful exotic place and talk out my inability to keep my penis in my pants.
Yeah.
Having kids usually fixes that situation.
That maybe if you're lucky, you'll get to do that.
Vacations are nice. Absolutely.
Can you work on a
But-
problem on a vacation, Lindsay?
I don't think so. Because
This
once
isn't a
you get
problem. This is a
back-
crack in the foundation.
Absolutely. Because once you get back, everything's right there, Yeah.
What are some other
And
things he could try?
I think he
Entertain the
begs,
idea.
goes
No
on
bad ideas.
Hands and knees and
Begs?
What do you want me to do? I will do anything you want me to do.
Yeah. Horrible way to get into a conversation with somebody, right? And this is why. Because you want to fix it, you have to come up with ideas. Not me.
Mm-hmm.
You want to fix it. Why do I have to tell you how to fix your problem?
Mm-hmm.
Not just this, any scenario. If you have to go to the person and be like, tell me what I have to do to fix this, then you shouldn't be in it. It's a horrible way to get into a conversation with somebody to try and rectify a problem. Because it means you don't know. You haven't even entertained ideas.
Right.
How about a candlelight dinner?
That's
not
good
enough.
and gravy and all, but the distractions there, man, you're not going to be able to enjoy your candlelight dinner. You're not going to be able to do much of anything fun, a vacation or anything like that, because, there's a giant elephant in the room.
Again, we're just trying to convince for a second chance. What about a spa day?
Sure. I'll go ahead and let you spend your money on me so I can go and feel better.
Yeah, is he
about
going to send
myself.
her on a spa day? I think he needs to go to her and definitely he needs to know from her what she expects from him.
I don't think
what he wants her to
Come
do.
on,
What-
Lindsay.
yeah,
Come
no.
on. Come on, Lindsay.
Taking
Come on,
her-
Lindsay.
What?
What he expects of her.
What
Don't
she
have sex
wants
with
him
other
to do.
people.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what the expectation is.
Absolutely.
Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. Time to find out what everybody learned. We'll start with Lindsay. Lindsay, what'd you learn today?
I learned that Gimpy's got a soft spot in his heart for cockroaches. And also, remember, if you're cold, they're cold. Let them inside.
The cockroaches.
Yes.
Gimby.
I learned the world's full of pussies. Nothing new that I learned. I've always known that. I've also learned that you'll be thinking next time that grandma is in the room with grandpa and you heard her shout bingo.
Oh.
I learned that Lindsay spent just shy of $4,000 at Costco last year.
Damn.
And I also learned that a kid kills a butterfly and the dad goes, no butter for you. And then the kid kills a honeybee and the dad goes, no honey for you. Mom looks at the dad, kills a cockroach, and the little boy goes, "You gonna tell her or am I?" It's Corbin saying, "Make sure that dishwasher's loaded right."
It's Lindsay. Stop tracking my cycle.
This is Gimpy. I'm sorry.
Ready? Can I get an encore? Do you want more? Cook and roll with the Brooklyn boys. So for one last time, I need y'all to roll. Yeah. Now what the hell are you waiting for? After me, there should be no more.